Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, a.k.a. Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest. We got Doe, Mateo, and Pucho in the building. What up, boys?
What's going on?
What's going on?
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fucking fantastic. I don't know about you guys, but I'm doing great.
That's fantastic. Awesome. I'm happy for you, my brother.
Why'd you whisper fantastic?
That way people know it's fantastic. Anyways, how was your
week? If it ain't down on the low, though, if it ain't on the low, then it ain't real.
Tony, I've actually got a topic that I want us to discuss here during this intro.
All right.
Have y'all heard about this Carlos Mencia guy and how he steals jokes?
Wow. Yes. Crazy. It's crazy. This guy's a jerk. He's a jerk off. And it's like 20 years later, and he's just still lying about it. Just like plain face looking at people in the face and was like, I didn't steal their jokes. He clearly stole jokes. Fucking stole a Bill Cosby joke. That fucker stole jokes.
Well, see? And now we can pull that topic from the topic sheet and we can't bring it up anymore.
And we're done with that topic. So how was your weekend, Pucho, since these two already had their choice of topic?
Don't skip over me.
No, you
Go
just
ahead. I'll go last.
No, I go last.
My weekend was pretty interesting. We had a whole I don't know. My daughter got sick, so then I had to pick her up from daycare, or I had to take her out of daycare. She didn't go to daycare Thursday or Friday. So my days off, I took Thursday off to just relax in my house, and it really then just became I had to take care of my daughter the whole day. And so Thursday and Friday were take care of my daughter day, even though it was my day off. And then on Friday, we went and got like a COVID test. That's a whole thing. That was a whole thing because the shit, you had to go to like some fucking nighttime pediatrics place. And I'm talking hours of waiting. Like straight up, the woman was just like, yo, it's going to be several hours before you get your COVID test. So just go home, we'll hit you up, and you just come back. So I went to the crib for hours. Thank God. If I didn't do that, it would have been one of the most miserable days of my life because we didn't end up going back till like 9 o'clock. And I pulled up on them. It was 4 o'clock. So it would have been a 5-hour wait. It was terrible.
You didn't have the switch with you?
Yeah, but that shit could only entertain for so long.
Yeah, that shit's not going to last 7 hours.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, battery aside, I can't just stare at my switch for 5 hours. Like, I don't know, but nah, I had some interesting had some interesting things. I wrote them down this week just so I don't forget. One funny thing that happened to me this week. I bought a $10 bar of soap.
Nice.
Whoa!
By accident. I did this by accident. I got we darker skinned people, we get ashy, right? So I have to take care of my skin. I gotta make sure that the soaps I'm using ain't drying my skin out. I'm properly moisturizing, all that type of shit. So I don't know what's been happening. I don't know if I'm just getting a little older, my skin's changing, or they changed up the formula. But my Dove soap, it ain't cutting it no more. It's drying me out. Like I'm talking about, I'm coming out ashy, looking like someone just fucking dumped me with a bunch of baby powder. Like I'm coming out white out the shower. Like this shit is terrible. So I'm like, yo, I need to switch the soap up.
You remember Ashy Larry? He blows in his hand, and then that ash.
Yeah, I'm Ashy Larry straight out the shower, with these Dove soaps. So I'm like, all right, but I need a cop like a better soap. So I do some research on the internet. I'm looking around, soaps for dry skin and this and that, and I settle on a brand of soap. It's called Hemlock Park. And I go on Amazon and the shit is $10, right? But it shows 3 bars in the picture. So I'm like, $10 for 3 bars of soap, still pricey, but let's give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Give it, can't knock it till I try it type of thing. When that shit came in the mail, just a single bar, I was laughing hysterically. When I went back to the Amazon page, the picture shows 3 bars, but it clearly says 1 bar in the item description. So They didn't jip me,
But they gave
but
you like
it felt misleading.
You got hustled.
I got hustled, right? But the soap is good. Skin is moisturized. This shit lathers like no soap lathers. The shit is intense.
That's awesome.
Is it worth
that's why they
$10?
did that. That's why they did that. Oh, you can get 3. They just want someone to try so they can be convinced that this bar could be worth $10. And it came through and it's worth $10. Now you're gonna buy another $10 bar of soap.
I might. I've taken 4 showers since receiving the soap, and the bar hasn't shrunk an inch. Not a nothing. So I don't know how much soap I'm getting out of this thing, but I'm 4 showers strong, and it looks the same size. So I'm happy about that.
Awesome.
I mean,
So it may be worth the $10. It's made out of like real fat. None of the, like it's all like trying to be like super organic and all that bullshit, but it's pretty good.
that bar could last you 5 years if you showered like some of our celebrities.
Oh,
You're right. Have y'all seen this stuff going around? All these celebrities talking about how often they shower. A very strange number of showers that they take.
No.
yo, this shit is disgusting. That
How
so
often?
first of all, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis say that they do not bathe their children unless they physically see dirt on their children. Booty hole must be stank.
Seriously.
Unless they got
Kids-
bidets. I mean, they're
kids are
rich.
gross.
They might have
Kids-
bidets.
Kids are gross though, man. It doesn't matter how many bidets you got. Kids are gross. Kids are sticky. Kids get dirty.
There's also pools, you know. We had a conversation about people who shower in pools. They're, you know.
Pucho has a lovely, super cute fucking daughter. I guarantee you, like half the time that he picks her up, she's just sticky for no reason because kids are just sticky and dirty for no reason. It's what they do.
Yeah, I definitely say I love my daughter to death, but about 25% of the time when she touches me, I cringe away. I'm like, ugh. I hate getting touched with nasty shit, sticky shit. She has greasy ass hands because kids eat with their bare fucking hands, and then she wants to come and just touch my knee. It's like, no, there was nothing there. You didn't even need to touch it. Just stop.
You know,
It's not right.
It's better than she reaching for your PS5 controller. I used to hate dirty hand people coming to touch the PS or the controllers. Yo, that shit used to irk the shit out of me. And there'd be the nigga that just ate a bag of Cheetos coming. Yo, let me grab the sticks real quick. Get the fuck out of here. Go wash your hands.
Here's your controller back, bro, and that should be covered in Cheeto dust.
When you touch it and your hands start sliding off, you're like, fuck, man.
At least those controllers were black rather than the white one that came with the PS5. Got my PS5s all set up, by the way.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
The Ivory Tower.
I've been playing a lot of Astro's Lab. Astro's Playhouse, whatever it is.
That's just Playroom.
It gives the controller the full effect.
It is pretty damn cool. I don't have a single actual PS5 game yet, so I need to figure out what the hell I need to buy and check out.
I got 2 for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
First one is obvious. Ratchet and Clank. The first one. Only game you need to get real quick.
Uh-huh.
The second one. Just saying. Just hang with me, right? It may not be a PS5 game, but it's fantastic. It's called Call of Duty Warzone. It's free. It's free. Get it and come vibe with your boy. Leave these
play
two
on Xbox.
Leave these 2 peasants behind.
Don't you play on Xbox with like Chad and
I don't
Jason
play on no
and
fucking
Johnny or something?
Xbox. I don't play on no fucking Xbox.
And Chaz.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Chaz Michaels.
But no, honestly though, Ratchet and Clank and even what's that PS5 game? The
So while he's thinking,
Little Nightmares Part 2 is on there. That game looks fantastic on there. No, yeah, give it a try. I'm just saying, give it a try. That shit looks fantastic.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't play that game, but like it feels like the obvious recommendations are Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, maybe Resident Evil 8.
He doesn't like Returnal. He won't like Returnal.
Is Returnal a $70 game? But is it or do you get $70 worth of entertainment out of the game? Is more my question.
Yeah,
or do I wait
depends
for that
how
game to
much
go
you
on
suck.
sale?
I would wait for it to go on sale for you, Mateo.
for sure.
That's why I didn't offer it to you right now.
There are things that bring the game down, like the runs taking 3 hours to complete. Like there's
Yeah, and if you don't
like,
fucking do the whole thing in the 3 hour sitting, you just lose your progress.
Yeah, like right now, I'm still stuck on a certain part to do a certain thing, and the run is forever, bro. It's forever, and
I like the intentional vagueness of that
no,
statement.
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
I appreciate that.
It's the most vague shit, but I'm just remembering. Oh wait, he hasn't played the game, so don't spoil. But
Yeah, the game has a lot going for it, but one of the more intriguing things is just the mysterious like story. Kind of, yeah, it's kind of all mind fucky. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I would recommend personally getting the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut.
That game looks
It's
good.
a beautiful looking game. It's a PS5 game. Now that they upgraded it, it was a PS4 game. And yeah, I mean, it's an open world game. So I don't know, you'd get maybe like 30, 40 hours out of it. It's on the shorter side of an open world game, which is something else I liked about it. But
I did realize an unintentional downside to me getting the discless, the digital edition of the PS5. I have a stack of PS4 games that I have no use for now if I get rid of my PS4.
well, you don't want to go back and play those, honestly. Oh wait, matter of fact, Sackboy, bro. Me and Pucho, yo, we fell off, Pucho.
we gotta still go back and finish it.
We can play that shit today if you want later. I don't know. We got a lot of potting shit to do, but yeah, Sackboy is a good game to get. I don't know if you like Demon Souls. You could try Demon Souls out.
I enjoyed Bloodborne, and I played Dark Souls 3, I think. Wasn't good at them, but they're cool games. The only thing that pissed me off about those games is that I have to like do side research to figure out what the hell is going on in those games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From Software does a really bad job at like telling a story.
That's not true. What about Armored Core? What about Armored Core? They told a great story in the Armored Core games.
Great game design, terrible storytelling. I remember Armored Core 4 Answer, the best Armored Core in the world.
The best Armored Core is Master of Arena.
It's like a PlayStation 1 game.
Oh wow, so you're one of those people?
No, I'm just saying it's gotten better. There's better mech games.
Are there?
I mean, Armored Core came out with a really good one. 4 Answer.
A mech game that I really enjoyed was it was a Gundam Wing. I think it was Zionic Front. It was kind of like an RTS game that allowed you to take control over some of your units.
Awesome.
And it was really weird. Like, and I don't know, that game did a really good job of showing you the scale of how gigantic these Gundams really are, because they're just walking through destroying cities as they're like going to like. I always wonder why the fuck they gotta walk. Like they could fly, just land to the place. But that's beside the point. The game was pretty cool. It was on the PS2, but I don't know. That was a mech game that I really got into. I mean, for me, Zone of the End is just the obvious like answer in terms of mech games that I like.
I've never played that one.
What
about Front Mission? Y'all ever play any of the Front Mission games?
Oh man, I wanted to play that game so bad.
It's it's basically mechs plus like Final Fantasy Tactics.
I have it on my Vita.
I do want to say, Mateo, I think you should get Dying Light 2 with me and Pucho.
I'm very interested in that game because I had more fun than I would like to admit with the first Dying Light game. Regardless of all the flaws with that game, because there were an amount of flaws with that game.
Yeah, a lot of flaws.
That game. I mean, shout out to the person who told us to get it and never played with us, but
yeah, for sure.
That game was fire.
Didn't he play for like 5 minutes with y'all?
No. Don't put like a good like dozen hours into the game.
I would say 10 solid hours.
Maybe like a solid 15 hours of, but like half of that was him just like sleeping. We'd start playing the game and he'd just like fall asleep. So he was just fucking an asshole because those games, every time you add a person to the world, it scales up all the enemies, but then Doey doesn't help at all. So it's just me and Tony trying to fight like extra hard enemies. The shit was just hard as hell.
I'd fall asleep with my headphones on and I hear Tony, God damn it.
And then that's what me and Pucho are just like, yo, let's go get all these banging ass melee weapons. So that way, you know, we'll have some stacked guns and weapons. And when this dick leaves us, we'll be able to 8-town stomp any fucking zombie we want. And that's what we did.
There are few things in life more satisfying than drop kicking a zombie off the top of a building, though.
There's this feature in that game where once you get to like a checkpoint or like you're going to the next area or you're like completing a mission, you can call over your friends and it'll like auto load them over there. And I would fall asleep and they'd be like, "Doughboy, wake up!" And then I'd auto call myself to them and then I'd fall back asleep.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
That's a great feature for niggas like Doughboy.
And he'd get so upset when we'd be like, "Yo, just leave. Just get off. Like, just
You
get
want
the
me to
fuck-
leave?
You want me to
Yes.
leave?" I was like, "Oh, this guy's an ass." Yeah.
The game is fun though. It was surprisingly fun for me and Pucho to continue on because that at some point we're like, yo, if we go too far in the missions, we'll have to go back and play it. And that's my thing with co-op games. I hate that if us three are playing, then Doughboy gets in, we play, we got to go back and play the missions again. Like I hate that shit. If 4 people are gonna play it, then the 4 people need to get it, and we need to start at the same time. And whoever the 5th nigga is, they need to catch up on their own time and then play with us because I hate going back. I hate doing redos. I hate it.
I don't mind, but yeah, I don't know.
I
I forgot to tell you guys that something else funny happened to me. I had a leak in my bathroom, like one of my bathtub, right? It's just a little leak, like, you know, just like the boop boop little drops occasionally. It's been bothering me for weeks.
All right.
And I'm like, yeah, let me. I don't know how to fix this shit, right? So I'm like, let me just poke around. I just want to see, you know, what the fuck's happening here. So I go to the handle, and I fucking unscrew something, and I take this handle off, and I'm looking at this like a column or some kind of contraption, something, the thing that you spin to turn the water on, right? And I saw that there was like a ring. You know, it looks like just a metal ring, just like holding this thing down. So I start unscrewing it, just because I just want to open this to like look inside to see what the fuck. It's like a little fucking hair, just to see like what the fuck's going on in there. And so I unscrew, and then it came off, but the thing didn't come off yet. So I kind of wiggle it a little bit. And I'm like, damn, this thing is like really in there. And I wiggle it a little bit more, and then there's a fucking water explosion. Yo, my whole fucking face. This fucking column thing, this whatever the fuck the thing, it fucking blew out, hit me in the face, and I got like Kamehameha in the face with like a blast of water. Like
That is fucking hilarious.
What the Yo, I swear to God, like it took me a second to even realize what just happened. I felt like I blacked out for a second. Like I was disoriented. I looked around and I'm just looking at this shit just shooting water into the air. I'm trying to hold it down with my hands. I'm screaming at Lisi to go outside and turn the water main off. And yo, the shit was a fucking disaster. I had to mop up.
There's a switch behind that on the bottom that you could just turn it off from there without turning off the whole house.
No. But
There it
yeah.
is.
Okay, Tony.
I'm telling you.
Every bathtub in America has a switch under it that you could just turn it
a
off.
bathtub. I thought you said the sink in the bathroom. No, in the bathtub,
Nope.
yeah, you're fucked. You better go turn that shit off.
So I don't know. I poked around a bit, and then I had to buy. I bought some like seals and shit, and then I replaced them. And I fixed. I had 3 leaks in the bathroom when I started paying attention a little more. So I fixed all the leaks. But that shit was ridiculous. It was shocking as fuck. There was like an inch of water in my bathroom. I was fucking mopping it up. It was terrible. I was so fucking pissed. I did it. It was like my day off. I'm like, oh yeah, my daughter fell asleep. Let me just check this out real quick. And it's like, nah, now you got to clean for 30 minutes. This shit was not quick. I was so fucking pissed.
That's funny.
Oh.
I think you're up, Doy. What you got for us?
You know, I don't think I have anything, to be completely honest.
All right, switching it over to me.
Hi, guys.
I'll add one more thing. My Secret Labs chair has shipped. It's on the
Yes.
way. It's on the Camino.
Join us, Pucho. Your back will forgive you. Trust me, bro. This fucking chair, I have 0 back problems now.
So you
Zero?
had back problems before?
Yeah, nigga, I would complain every time I stand up, my back would just fucking hurt every time. I wake up in the morning, my back would hurt. I thought it was my bed, but it was the fucking chair because the shit would be like this. So like I'm sitting like sideways and up, like on some fucking Paul Wall shit, and that shit was terrible.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted that. It was like this.
Sitting
Like, I don't know.
sideways.
You're saying that your chair was sideways, like the seat?
The seat was, I guess, bent and then lifted
I
up
see.
a little bit, so I was fucked.
Okay.
But you know, you
that
spend
sounds terrible.
$300 on a chair, that shit's gonna better fix your back.
Yeah, I got the 2021 Titan or
I'm so
2022
jealous.
Titan, the
22.
new chair that just.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
So Tony, how has your week been?
Oh, we really skipping Doughboy? All right, I'm down for that.
No, he said he had nothing. He said,
I
"Hi
don't
guys."
think I have anything. I could be
guys.
PlayStation Now, maybe.
Yeah. Me and Doughboy, we've been going ham, yo. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 2. We've been playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker co-op on this PlayStation Now shit. Good service, $10 a month. You can play a bunch
Fire.
of PlayStation games.
Yeah, I'm
Go
not,
for it.
not getting that.
I suggest for Mateo, for real, he should definitely get it. It's worth it.
Oh, is Tony anti-PS now?
No, I'm just not. I am of one of those believers. Like, if I got a PS5, I kind of want to just stick to that gen. Like, sure, yeah, it's cool to go back and play the old games, but Doughboy's
Didn't
not
you-
consistent in playing with his boys in co-ops like that. And Pucho's probably going to eventually get tired of it and move on. So,
Didn't you just tell me to buy Warzone because it's not a PS5 game?
no, that was the only discrep. Right. I said, but I play that, though. I play that.
Yeah, he's saying, but you're not sticking to this gen. 'Cause you're
I'm
playing a
not,
last
but
gen.
that's a much earlier gen than PS2, PS3.
Later gen, yeah.
Yo, Hideo Kojima, genius. This
Oh,
Peace Walker game was a PSP game that they remastered for the PS3. Great. It's like
oh, y'all
it's
never
that-
played on the PSP?
no,
Who had a
I've never.
PSP?
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
had a
You
PSP.
I didn't get Peace Walker. You sure you got Peace Walker, Tony? Because there were two. There was I played Portable Ops, which is like the
Yeah, I think I
earlier
actually
one.
have the case in my closet right now.
Fire.
That's awesome. You might have a rare game.
I don't know if it's rare.
So yeah, how was your weekend, Tony? How was your weekend?
That's me. My weekend's okay. I didn't really do much, really. I think tonight me and Emily going to Texas de Brazil. Get
Oh
some,
shit! Have you been?
have with you the first time.
you're-
Because
okay.
you
You're
told me
doing what?
going to Texas de Brazil. It's like a steakhouse where
Brazilian
they're
Steakhouse?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Pucho has a
that's
formula for going there.
no, there and it works. Well,
What's
it's
my
not
formula? I
formula.
don't
It's not a
remember.
formula. It's more like don't eat all the bullshit buffet line foods and just eat all the meats. It's as simple
Yeah.
as that.
My boss swears that you need to get some of the like the vinegary and like the pickled like veggies from the salad bar and toss those in between your meat, and it'll help break down the meat and it'll help you eat more meat.
I don't think that's
The man grew up in Vegas, so he spent a lot of time at buffets and all you could eat joints. So he's got all kinds of tricks and tips for maximizing how much food he can shove in his belly. And the man is a bottomless pit. He is impressive to watch eat.
Awesome.
healthy?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
He just and when he goes to the buffet, he just pigs out. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
The buffet.
goes down.
Yeah, buffet. My
Um,
bad, buffet.
What?
Buffet.
No, you're
Um,
saying it like in Spanish. You know, we've been
let me-
talking Spanglish sometimes.
Let me. Oh yeah, so Texas to Brazil, and the first time I ever went was with Pucho because this is when Pucho was like, "Yo, you need to elevate your life and stop eating well done steaks." Because growing up in the Spanish household, my mother was all on some, "Oh, that shit's not cooked. You got to eat it like this." So that's how I was always raised. Like, well done steaks is the way you got to eat it because it's cooked. That was the worst fucking bullshit mistake I ever believed in. We went to fucking that's Texas to Brazil, kind of pricey. for some people, maybe. I mean, it was for me at that time. But when you finally eat and you enjoy good meat, it's like, holy shit, this is worth every fucking dollar. He told me try it medium, try rare or not rare, medium well. Like, go down the list and see what you like. Come to find out, I like medium. Medium is my to-go point. If I buy steaks that are kind of expensive, then I might go a step down. But for the most part, whoever eats well done steaks right now, you are a fucking alien. With all respect, you're a fucking alien.
He's dying to call somebody else an alien.
That's awesome.
Nah,
I'm glad to have brought you to the light.
yeah, bro. That shit is fucking pecan steak, bro. And by the way, no one ever gets the chicken there. The chicken comes around. I just swoosh them away. Don't bring that shit this way, buddy. Bring me the pecan steak. Like, let's be serious.
My grandfather said the same thing. He's like, why do you go to a restaurant to order chicken? It's like, what are you ordering chicken at a restaurant for?
That's a fact.
Yeah. Wings are the only thing.
Yeah.
The only thing that I like chicken wise that I go to a restaurant and order. I'm
Well,
like, I eat
no.
chicken at home all the time.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
You can order grilled chicken, like maybe with your salad or chicken sandwich. Like, my wife's a chicken nugget fiend. Like, she loves chicken. Everywhere she goes, she get a chicken buffalo wrap, chicken nuggets, grilled chicken, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so I get it, but
Some
I
some
just feel like I eat
chicken-
chicken all the time that I'm like, why would I go to a restaurant and eat chicken? Like, now's the opportunity to go and just have something that I don't normally have. Like,
I'm actually excited. I can't wait. You know what I do like from fucking Texas to Brazil? Their rice and this cheese potato wedge thing that they have, that shit's pretty fucking good.
yeah, they have the cheesy. I don't know what that bread is. It's like a ball of bread that it has like the essence of cheese, but when you break it open, there's no visible cheese.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I don't. It's like if the cheese is sprinkled in the dough, not enough to be like melty when you rip it open, but just enough that when you eat it, you're like, "There's definitely cheese here," but I just can't see it. I don't know. The shit sounds like wizardry.
Some people would say that a good cheesy bread is a key to happiness.
I would say those people might be right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inclined to agree.
I can tell you this. Going into that happiness, rolling right off of that. What is happiness? Right? Can material things make you happy though? Like, do you guys think like having money and cars and a fat ass house and fucking all types of shit, like, is that truly happiness?
That's the first time I've heard somebody use fat in a while.
Yeah, like a PHAT car, fat ass house.
Pretty hot and tempting.
Fat.
Yeah. Fat. I'm an alien, boys.
In short, yes. Hot take.
I think
Hell
so.
yeah, I
buys
think
happiness,
having
huh?
money, cars, anything you could pay for in the entire world that you could have it, yeah, that's fucking happiness, dude.
But what is happiness though? Like the actual thing. What is happiness? I understand. Like, if I had a couple $100K in the bank, just chilling, and money keeps coming in, yeah, I'm gonna be happy. I can do things that I want to do. Yeah, I'm happy. But what is the real happiness? Because material things, like for some people, material things don't make you truly happy. It's happiness, but it's not true happiness.
I think that they've kind of proven the material things don't actually. They're not going to lead to contentment in life. Like this concept of enough. You guys have no idea how much I love this topic because there's this concept of enough that I've been thinking about a lot lately. Because I don't think that there is such a thing as enough. Like they did some studies recently, and it doesn't matter how much money you're making. You're making fucking $15,000 a year with your minimum wage job. You're making 6 figures with your executive job. Doesn't matter. You always want more money. It doesn't matter how much you have in the bank. Doesn't matter how much you have saved. Doesn't matter. You always want more money. That's just the human condition, is that there is no such thing as enough. And I think it goes into material goods. Doesn't matter. Look at Jeff Bezos. Man could buy anything he wants in the world, and he still was like, well, You know what would really make me happy? Flying in a rocket and going to suborbital space. And and now he's going to be like, you know what I really want? I want to go to the moon. I want to go to Mars. Like, there's not going to be anything that's going to be enough for even a man with that amount of wealth.
Yeah, that could be an
that's a good
addiction.
point.
That could be an addiction.
Money is an addiction, 100%.
Absolutely.
But that's an addiction that everybody needs to survive. Like
It is. Now, I'm not saying that the opposite is true, though. I don't think you have to have no money to. I don't think having no money doesn't lead to happiness either. I mean, dude, money helps, absolutely. Vacations can give you some momentary happiness, if nothing else. Having a nice car might make you happy because I guess you make other people jealous and you enjoy that. I don't know. I don't quite understand the
the only
buying a
reason why
Maserati thing.
the only reason why I like money is because I want things, right? I think that's anybody, right?
Mhm.
But I don't need to have X amount of money. Like if my whole thing is if I have money in the bank for any random, if my car blows up, I can get a car, like, you know, emergency money. And I could just continue making my whatever amount that I make a year, whoever, you know, whatever you make, but you got enough emergency money. That's all I want. I don't need nothing more than that. You know what I mean? Like, because happiness for me, or what I think is true happiness, is what I kind of already have. My wife and my kid. You know what I mean? Like, I come home, it is crazy because I used to come home. I think about it the other day. Like, I came home before I had a kid. And I'd just be like, hey, baby, how's everything? Then I talking. Then I come in my room, shower, bro, whatever, play video games. We'll talk here and there. And it was just normal. My day would be stressful. I'll come home tired or whatever. I come home now and it's just like, I see my son. I'm instantly not tired. I'm overjoyed with happiness. I see my wife there with my kid. I'm overjoyed with even more happiness. And it's just like, wow, this is what happiness really. This is what Barb Marley was saying in that interview. Like, material things don't make you happy. Like this is the shit that makes you happy. You don't need all the fancy stuff or the clothes and the Gucci and the Prada and the Dior. You don't need that shit. You know, it's just like this shit here is what happiness is. Something that doesn't cost anything. Something that it's pretty much free and you can enjoy it every single day of your life. But there's some realistic value into this shit too, right? Because in order for my kid to be happy, I need to have him in a house. I need to have him have clothes. I got to be able to feed him. So it's like a yin and yang, right? Like, you need the money to continue with your free happiness, your true happiness, but don't make the money the thing, right? Because money comes and goes. Don't put a price tag on money. That's the one thing I've always was taught. Never, like, I know that sounds stupid probably, but I'm saying, like, don't make money the main objective. Don't be blinded by going to work every single day and not spending that time with your child or with your family or just living in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we all got a 9 to 5. Of course, well, most of us. But just live in the moment. When you're out of work, don't be like, I gotta work Saturday and then I gotta work Sunday. Nah, bro. You need that time for yourself. You need that me time, which, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know.
It's important to keep your Sunday mornings free so you can do what you enjoy. And
yeah, you don't gotta fucking be here with
you need some recharge time. You need some time you don't have to deal with other people that just annoy you sometimes, and you just get some me time.
But yeah,
I agree with the sentiment, but I don't know. I think money definitely makes you happy. Like, I think if you were dead broke, you would not be happy coming home to your wife and kid.
No, that's why I said there's some realistic shit to it. You need the fucking money. I mean, you're happy. I'm happy. You know, I can't speak for them too. Well,
I mean, the number one the number one argument is like the number one like cause of arguments in marriages is money, right?
And sex.
No, it's money. Like, it's financial problems.
No, and sex. What are you talking about? That's clean. That's clean cut.
I'm just talking about the studies that I've read. Like, financial problems is the number one.
No, yeah.
Keep in mind, Tony. There can only be one number one.
And Will Ferrell. Or no, let me stop. Anyway, fucking. There's the money, and then there's sex. Like, it's like right in the cups.
Yeah, but that would make sex number 2 and money number 1.
They might be together.
Money and sex. Okay.
Seriously though, because it's like if money's
you
not
have
right,
sex problems?
no, I'm saying for the people. If money's not right, okay, cool. But if the sex is good, you can still deal with the normal day of stress. Just saying.
I don't think
a healthy
I don't
sex
think go
life.
I apologize.
Healthy sex life with your partner is important.
They're not going to
Some
cheat
people-
on you.
Some people have a larger libido than others, though. Some people have a very large sexual appetite, and some people aren't trying to fuck 3 times a day. I understand that. Like it's rough.
I would.
A lot of
I don't know if I would love to fuck 3 times a day, but I like the ideal of fucking 3 times a day.
it could happen.
I would not want to fuck 3 times a day.
I didn't say I want to. I like the idea.
I think it sounds appealing, but I don't know. That just sounds exhausting. That just sounds like I'm trying to do other shit with my day, like trying to waste the whole day and fuck.
Unless it's quickies, right? It could be quickies. Like
Quickies are the best. Yeah, quickies are the best.
Slop, top, mop, boom, bomb, out. Like that's the quick.
So
Anyway,
would you say that you'll be broke? Broke is a joke. I'm talking about like every month you're fucking pinching pennies to pay bills, but you're getting them quickies in. You think you'll be happy? I wouldn't. I'd be fucking miserable. I'd be happier with the quickies, but
Joey, the three of us have been maxing on the conversation here. What is your take on this?
Yeah.
Sex. He's saying if you get a quickie in, he's happy. I don't want nothing else.
I think you guys made a lot of good points. I think sustainability, first thing. Like once you get to a level of sustainability where your bills are not an issue, you can take care of the bills, no issue. You can take care of everybody's monetary issues, no problem. I think that's like a very good point of like, okay, I'm happy because all of these things that used to worry me when I didn't make enough money, when you know what I mean, I didn't have the right job, and all these things didn't line up for me. Like those things worried me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, was I gonna be able to get groceries and shit like that? And when you know what I mean? Like when you have to like look at the grocery store and you're like constantly getting the cheaper shit, and you're like, I cannot waste money and stuff like that.
You're on the hand of money makes you happy. Enough money to where you don't have to stress makes you happy.
Sustainability. I think that's like the right word. When you're sustainable to whatever, if you have a family with 2 kids, and what's sustainability for them? You know what I mean? Like probably making a certain amount of money that everybody, once I feel like once you reach that level, money kind of doesn't have that much of an effect anymore. Like because like I there's nothing that I can't buy myself that if I want it, I just fucking get it. I'm not hurting, you know what I mean? I'm not like, I just plan it out and you get it. Having an insane amount of money would be nice, but I don't know if it's gonna make me happier. I don't know. I've just I don't know if that's really, I mean, I guess being a billionaire, trillionaire, doing whatever, that'd be cool.
I guarantee you that if you were a billionaire, you will be happier than you are right now. I don't see how you can't say yes to that.
Yeah, I probably
like it should be so fucking lit.
Right.
I'll take my $1 billion. I'll buy like a giant plot of land, build a bunch of cribs. My whole family could live on the compound like it's Godfather 2 and shit. Should be crazy.
Man, everyone says that. Everyone says that. But you know what the number one thing they say you need to do if you ever win the lottery, like a significant amount of the lottery is? The number one thing you need to do is you need to talk to an attorney immountly. You need to talk to an attorney, you need to talk to an accountant. Because the second that you have money, everyone feels like they have some amount of your money that they're entitled to. Your family, your friends, you're going to have cousins coming out of the woodwork. You're going to have, we were in second grade together back at the elementary school. Like,
this may be a little tangent right now, but it's good. If I hit a huge jackpot of money, I already have things into play or it's going to happen, right? I'm giving certain people, I'm giving people briefcases. Be like, listen, this is money. You're not getting anything else from me. We could still keep everything how it is. You run out of this money, don't come to me with no fuck boy, I need to borrow shit, because I'm not giving you no more money. So we can be friends and still hang out. And then that's it. And then I'm going to go travel the world for a year. I'm not bringing no clothes with me. Wherever I go, me and my wife and my son, now my son, we're going to buy the clothes in that fucking place and eat and do shit in that fucking place. And that's it. But then I'm going to come back and show you guys and tell you guys my stories and all types of shit. That's what I'm going to do.
That's so fucking strange.
I
You want to go shopping every day? Like, you're going to get up, you're a fucking billionaire.
We're going to go if I go to fucking Egypt, I'm going to buy the clothes in Egypt. I'm not bringing clothes with me, nigga. I have so much money now. I'm gonna be with the Egyptians doing Egypt shit, nigga. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Can you imagine Tony going to like Italy and trying to buy clothes in his size?
No, I'm thinking of Tony down in Egypt touring the pyramids. He's like, my people built these back when they first came to this planet 2,000 years ago.
Going back to the aliens. What a piece of shit, bro.
He's inside the pyramid. He goes, "Bok bok," and just starts to open up.
Just starts transforming into a spaceship. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
That's fucking ridiculous. Anyhow, I don't disagree that I think there were studies a while ago that said like once you make like I think it was like $75,000 a year. Like once you hit that number, no amount of money beyond that would actually
increase your
like,
happiness,
make you happier. So I'm not. I should be clear. I'm not speaking for everybody in general. I'm speaking for myself. I would be happier with more money. I could buy more of the shit that I want. That's the shit. Enjoying my time is what makes me happy. So money enables me to enjoy my time.
Sure.
If I never had to work again, like, and I could just do the shit that interests me, I think I'd be happier.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would still have to occupy my time. Just sitting in my crib for 7 days out of the week, I think I might get sadder.
No, you can have sex 3 times a day now.
Well, yeah, then you got time to fuck 3 times a day and still play video. Nah,
I mean,
fucking
it's a balancing act, right? Like there's a certain amount of money that you need. You need enough money to have your bills covered. You need enough money to be able to purchase things. That financial freedom of not having to check your bank account when you make a big purchase, just being like, no, I got money in there. I know that I got that money. This is life changing. That's a nice feeling to get to that point in your life. I don't know if you necessarily need a partner. I think that asexual people could still find happiness. I don't think that's necessary. I think it is important to have some kind of love in your life, whether that's from your family,
I don't know about
from your friends, whether that's from your romantic partner. I think that there is some amount of love in your life that you need to actually have happiness.
Yes.
Yeah, that asexual comment, I don't know about that. Because it's I'm not saying that they need a partner, and when I say partner, I'm not saying like, sex partner or anything, like just a friend in general. Somebody, like, I don't think somebody can just be asexual and not have anybody and not do, and not, you know what I mean? Like, you need somebody.
See, this is Tony tuning out after he hears one word in my sentence.
Yeah, because the following sentence was, you do need some love in your life, either through friends or family, and he listed other ways that people could fulfill. You're saying that you need a significant other to share a living space with in order to be happy?
No, sex.
Well, asexual people don't feel the need to have sex.
Yeah,
asexual people don't have sex.
Yeah,
all right. Maybe you don't know what asexual is. They have no interest in sexual relationships. So some of them will have some of them even get married. Like the idea of a companionship and stuff like that is still like on the table. It's just the idea of fornicating is not interesting. So it doesn't bring them any type of gratification.
So an asexual person would be okay with their significant other cheating.
Some of them will have open relationships because they can't give that sexual need. Some of them will still be able to. I mean, it's not like they can't have sex. So some of them will be like, okay, this is just a once a month thing or something for me because it doesn't do anything for them personally.
A once a month.
I don't know if that's the exact like way that it works, but I know that that asexual people do get married. Some of them have open relations. Some of them have monogamous relationships. It just all depends on.
Some of them get with asexual people.
You ever see BoJack Horseman with the character Todd in there? He gets into an asexual relationship with another character that is also asexual.
No, I've never watched that cartoon.
And they have a super close relationship, but sex is just not part of what they do as part of their relationship.
Any asexual person or group of people out there who watch the show, luckily, if you do, please comment on YouTube or send a private message. I would love to have you on the show, and I would love to pick your brain on how how that really actually works, because I'm mind blown by this. I just can't understand, like, if you're asexual, all right, so you don't like sex, or it doesn't do nothing to please you, but you're willing to have sex for your partner if they're not asexual. I just would like to pick your brain and figure out more. So I mean,
if you go down on your partner, does it do anything for you? Like it can be a similar concept to that.
Yeah,
but I mean, there's a lot of intricacies with normal sexual relationships, or not even normal, but sexual relationships. There's lots of intricacies with asexual relationships too. Like there's not just one.
Me doing that whole me, like if I go on my wife, yeah, that makes me. I'm a giver. All right, I like to please. All right. Well, that's going mad into my woman's.
We hit a big tangent.
Anyway,
I think it's a pretty simple concept that when you're with other people, not even sexually, even just your friends and things like that, you sometimes do shit that you have no interest in doing because you want someone else to be happy. So like sometimes my wife is like, yo, let's go do something. I don't want to be doing that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes her happy. You know what I mean? I'd imagine what Mateo was describing is similar, like an asexual person having sex occasionally to please their partner. I mean, beyond that, there's asexual people that get with other asexual people, so they just, like you said, from BoJack Horseman, they just don't have any kind of sexual interaction, but they may get married, share a house, sleep in the same bed, do all the other shit that married or not.
That's fire, I guess. Couples, I mean, that's fire.
But to get back on track,
yeah, I want to say something.
Go for it, bud.
I think that people who try to be happy 100% of the time it's the wrong way of thinking. I don't think being happy 100% or always being happy is even practical. Like in real life, I think you're gonna be happy sometimes, and sometimes you're not gonna be as happy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna feel like shit. It's like for me, it's like ebbs and flows, roller coasters. It's just the up and down of life.
I think you're talking about something a little different, right? Because we're saying self-happiness. What you're saying is, if I'm grumpy, I'm not going to portray my grumpiness to others. I'm going to be happy I'm going to portray happiness to people, because being happy is contagious a little bit, right? Like if I'm fucking down and out and you guys are like, come say, hey, what up? And I'm like, you're going to be, now at this point, you're going to be like, what the fuck? So what you're saying is like being happy all the time. Yeah, I think even if you're down and out, my nigga, I'm upset or I'm having a bad day at work, I come home, I'm instantly happy, because I'm not going to put that on my kid or my wife. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you just not.
It's okay to not feel good. You shouldn't like resent those feelings. You should just work through them and like accept that you had a shitty day and accept that maybe you're sad right now. But like I feel like that's not always. For me, I guess like my mood changes, and sometimes I'm sad and sometimes I get out of that, and you know what I mean?
No, you could be sad. Anybody can be sad. I get sad sometimes when I remember certain smells of my grandmother. I get sad. Like or when someone that dies and I miss, like I get sad, and then then your true happiness kind of changes there a little bit, but then you realize like these things are going to happen. We are all going to die.
I think that Doey actually covered something I was going to talk about. I think that you need a little bit of sadness in your life to really appreciate happiness. I think you need a little bit of that little bit of that sour with the sweet. Could you imagine just they've made entire movies about like these like utopian dystopias, basically, where you get every single need met. Look at Wall-E. They have everything they could ever want in their life. Are those fat asses on that spaceship happy? No, that's the entire point of the movie, is that you have to struggle. There has to be a little to get full contentment and happiness in your life. There has to be work put in.
Didn't Tupac say something like, if you go through the struggle, or to only be happiness, you have to go through some pain or some shit like that? I'm probably misquoting the fuck out of him, but
You thinking of 50 Cent?
no, I think Tupac said it.
50 said, love wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
No, he said that. But, well, that's a better one. But yeah, Tupac
The same
said
bullshit.
something.
Yeah, you got to have perspective, right? If you're happy all the time, then that's just the normal.
That's just the
Right?
baseline.
Yeah, and right. If you feel if you got some dips, when you experience those rises, like they feel that much better. No, I think Dewey is not wrong saying like you have to work through your feelings. You have to. It's okay not to feel good. I feel like, I guess my point of contention there would be, I don't think like a moment of sadness means that I'm unhappy, like overall. Like if I'm sad today because I had a bad day, it doesn't mean that I'm an unhappy person.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of a strange concept. I feel like overall in life, I feel content, but right now I feel sad, right? Like, but yeah, I think it's okay to not feel good. And yeah, like you said, I don't think it's fair that maybe for your kid it's fair because you kind of bring them into life without their consent. But in general, I don't think that you should put up like a front to like make other people feel good. You got to act like you're happy so they don't have to deal with your sadness. Like that ain't cool. Like you should, be the way that you're being. Feel the way that you feel and let people deal with it. If you don't want to deal with it, then get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't think it's right that I need to act like I'm happy so that you could be happy. I don't know.
I feel like in certain applications, like when you're at work, sometimes you have to like put on a front.
Yeah,
at
and that's
work
fucked
stuff
up. But
that.
yeah,
It's
no, I totally agree.
it's emotional code switching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yo,
What's your face, Tony? What's the
Kids.
Tony
Tony
does
didn't
not
like when I said that your kid didn't consent to being born.
Let's
argue about that.
Let's
argue about that.
What do you
Facts.
mean by that? Like, what do you mean?
Luca
facts?
didn't
What do
ask
you-
to be born. Luca didn't ask to be born.
How can I
right?
consent to him? Say, hey, Luca. I talk to my nut. Hey, Luca, do you want to be born? Like, what are you talking about?
I don't
I'm
think
literally
he's,
saying that they can't consent. It's
I don't think he's saying it's. I don't think he's saying it's a negative thing or anything like that. It's just.
That
It's
shit
just
sounded mad negative.
No, it's just the fact of the matter. It's not like there's like
we need
a commission on the back end every time you're having sex, and they're like, do you consent to be born this time? He's like, nah, not this time. He's gonna have to try again.
Yeah. It's I was just
I'm
like,
saying no one chooses to be born. Do you agree with that, Tony?
yeah, that's not something.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
For you to be born, you don't choose it
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm sorry. An individual does not choose to be born. Like I didn't get to pick whether I would be born or not, right?
And you're popping out. You're popping out of your mom, and you're like, nope.
and this is
put me back in.
And this is all nothing religiously. But if you go in religiously aspect in it, then they could possibly say that maybe God chose or some type of form. I don't know. I was going somewhere with it, but I'll just Michael Scott.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
let's say there is a God and he chose for you to be born. That's cool that he did that. I'm saying I didn't choose to be born. I don't think that's changing the fact that Luca didn't have a choice on whether he was born or not.
I think Luca wanted to be born.
Oh my God. No, he did not. He's a fucking baby. He doesn't even think anything yet.
So you don't think
my
ever...
point is that you kind of owe it to your kid to give them the best of life because you put them in the situation. They didn't have a choice to be put here. You put them in it. So I'm saying maybe to them, it's right to say, fuck it, I'm gonna change my mood and make sure that they're happy. I need to make sure they're happy. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I agree with that. Okay, that's
Okay,
fine. I agree with that.
I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you're going with
This
this.
is a hot
And-
take right now. This is a hot take because now you're saying that since you chose for your child to be born, they didn't have an option. You can also choose not to have your child then, right?
I mean, I don't think those two
I
connect,
think
but yeah, I think I could choose to not have a child.
I also agree with that, but I think that we're gonna have to drop these other two topics so we get into an unfortunate
We'll save
discussion
that.
right now.
I'm gonna add it though, but we'll save that for another
You
topic.
got birth control. You got condoms. That's you choosing. How many fucking kids I didn't have? There's a lot.
Damn.
I think that
3 times a day, bud.
Go ahead, Doughboy. Sorry.
I think that kids, they're contagiously happy. They're just, I get very happy when I see kids and stuff like that. And it's very just like, I could be in a bad mood, but if I see a little kid and they know me on a certain level, I have to show them that same love and that I don't know, it's very weird how I could be feeling like shit. And then I see a little kid and I'm like, all right, this is my little homie. I'm gonna have to show it up for him.
Bro, wait until you have a kid one day, bro. That shit might cure depression for you. Honestly.
I think having a child and a wife and a family structure is very fulfilling.
For you especially.
I
You
think
can't speak for
just
everybody. Just for
I
you.
think that in general, like when people say what makes them happy, they look towards their family and they said, that being able to have my family is very I think it's a very fulfilling aspect in life. Maybe some people who don't want to have kids and stuff like that, but for me, I would like to have a big family.
Well, I mean, happiness is a personal quest, right? Me personally, I love being an uncle. Could not care whether I ever have a child or not. I don't think I need to get married in my life to have happiness. I would like to have a partner, but I don't feel the need to get married. I don't give a fuck about that piece of paper and wearing a ring.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a man
you
who
know
don't
what?
want half his shit taken when a divorce comes through. Now let me stop.
I also think that very European centric idea of marriage, I don't know if it's the way we should be looking at things. Like it treats women and people like property. And it's like that's not really how relationships work. You know
Women,
what I mean?
what do you mean like women? So you're saying getting married makes the woman a piece of property at this point?
It's like because you're putting it's like you're wrapping up your love and saying, oh, this is an object, like we're married. I don't know if it's the healthiest aspect of. I think I've seen a lot of people that have been boyfriend girlfriend for 30 years, and I always thought that was weird when I was a kid, but then maybe that's the way. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys should just be partners and not be, you know what I mean, have this ring. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people treat marriage as like a band-aid for problems they already have in their relationship. And I think that is part of what is giving you that bad taste potentially. There's a lot of bad marriages out there, man, especially in like communities like the Hispanic community, that divorces didn't used to be a thing you discuss. Like it was like, no, you don't get divorced. You just stick together. You're married. That's forever.
But that's not happiness though. That can't be happy. That's
Yeah,
no,
that's Mateo's point. Is
like-
that being single in that case would be happier than being married.
Mhm.
I don't know. To Doey's comments, I think I had two kind of things. One for sure about kind of like how you objectify, not you, but how women are objectified in the whole like wedding type of thing. Like if you look at a lot of like the ceremonial stuff that occurs, like in a traditional wedding, like a dad walking his daughter down the aisle to hand her to another man, it really signifies that like the woman in this case is just like a vehicle
prize.
to some man's like prize or some new possession he's gonna acquire, and it's almost like the woman was given by another man. Like it's like a transfer of ownership. Like and there's a lot of little traditions like that when it comes to like weddings and old school marriages and stuff that kind of it stinks of like that type of like sexist like thought and stuff.
Part of the whole wedding ceremony used to be they would watch you have sex the first time that you had sex. Like they wanted to make sure that you actually what is that consummated the marriage.
Consummate your marriage, yeah.
That's why like that
who would watch you?
That was a thing with like nobility back when they would marry back in like, you know, the
Both
serf
parents?
times. Just everyone,
family
like
in general.
the wedding party would watch you have sex the first time. They wanted to make sure you consummated the marriage.
There'll be a crowd of people hanging out by the door while you're getting it in, just to make sure, because they're like, yo, if this woman doesn't get impregnated, like the all this ceremony, none of this shit is not gonna hold unless like that man puts his seed in her, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been behind doors while other people have been having sex, so maybe I did the same thing.
I don't know if they were straight up behind doors. I think they were in the room with them, but I haven't researched that much into medieval wedding traditions.
I'm gonna be honest. That's some freaky deaky shit. That'd make a good porno, but I should be a porn director.
Toys, I got a little bit of an exhibitionist streak in him.
Yeah,
I think there was I don't know, culturally though, things that you might think are freaky deaky now, or I don't know, like people used to have sex more in the open, like in different times or in different cultures. Like you have like I don't know, like you know, people that sharing like huts or something like that together, they would just be getting it in, multiple people just having sex in this room, like, and now you would be appalled if like, you like if somebody was in the room with you while you're having sex, you'd be like, what the this is strange, you need to get the fuck out. Like
I've actually been in a room with people having sex.
Tony's been in some interesting situations. He's
freaky
been
deaky.
outside of doors, he's been in rooms.
And that, like, being in that situation makes you want to have sex. So then that happens. And then now you understand what that hut meaning meant. Just saying.
Nah, I think it makes like culturally how we are now feel that way. But I think back in the day, I don't know if it had necessarily the same impact, like because it would have been more normal. But I don't know.
Well, going back to truly happiness, I mean, we
started with sex and we ended with sex.
We started with money and we ended with sex.
Yeah.
Money and sex. Who said that? Tony said that. Money and sex.
But nah, happiness is definitely, and I guess in the beholder's eye or whatever, maybe, like, because everybody, obviously, Pucho said if he had a X amount of money, he'll be a way more happier than what he is now. I said somewhat the same. Doughboy says just finding sustainability. Is what you said, though?
Being sustainable. I think like I said, especially for the money aspect, like I said, of course, if I had $1 billion, $1 trillion and I can do whatever I want, and life every day was an amusement park. It's just the world was a vessel for my happiness. Of course, that shit is gonna be like, but then like I've even seen that like I've worked in buildings that millionaires and like really, really rich people lived in. It's not easy to make genuine friends when you're that rich. People use you once they know that they can get something out of you. Sometimes those people buy their friendships as well. So there's like a lot of that going on once you have a lot of money. So we're speaking from a position of we had nothing when we met each other and we just haven't had shit and we kind of grew to having stuff. So like I would say that there's aspects that I don't think we're thinking about with money primarily, but money is so easy. Sex is so easy. Like there's a lot of different things with happiness, like that don't come from money or sex and stuff like that. And I think those are, those are important as well.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce and they have more money than God. They couldn't even find happiness in each other.
Jay-Z had Beyonce and $1 trillion. And it's like, damn, that's crazy. And he went for Becky. That's why Solange was
good hair
whooping his ass in that fucking elevator.
Maybe she gave him that Guacmaster 2000 slop top from the back shit. You don't know.
That's a good segue into the
I would have slapped the shit out of Solange punching me like that. I ain't getting hit by nobody. I don't
So-
care if you're. I don't care.
Going into the next topic, because that really brought us in there.
No facts.
Men's ego. And men having an issue with sex count in their partners.
Well, that's just an aspect. That's
part
one
of the man's
example.
yeah, it's yeah.
Someone rename our topic from male ego to toxic masculinity. Some would say.
I mean, yeah, sure. Whatever
Is
way
that
you
what we're
want to look at it.
discussing? The bad aspects of men's ego?
Yeah, men's
Or
ego.
just-
Like
Because
and an example is like some guys have a problem with women that have dating a girl that has a high sex count.
Wait, can we talk about men's ego? Can some men be any different with the amount of testosterone they have in them? Some of these meathead freaks, I do not see them changing who they are. I feel like I don't know what it is, this macho masculinity shit, this shit that's very preeminent in male culture. It's just there. And like I don't know if that's a thing somebody, like let's say somebody says they're gay and they know they're gay. What if somebody says, well, I'm a man and I know I'm a man? What if that's the same thing as
I think the comparison you're making here is a bad one, because you're comparing toxic masculinity with being gay as both bad things. And I know that's not the way you actually feel, but that is the comparison you're making right now.
Yeah.
No. I think what he's saying is like people who know they're a man, like, and they state it
Very
as fact.
confidently.
Like, he's saying, how's that different than someone who's gay that knows they're gay and they could state that as fact? I think that there's a hole there, but I don't think that he was comparing them as bad things. But
I think that there is such a thing as like positive masculinity. I think that is 100% a thing. I think the problem is that we equate a lot of with being a man as with the toxic masculinity aspects.
I understand. That's
right.
what you're
like.
you're
I would
right.
ask, like, what do you mean by I'm a man? Like, what does that mean? I guess
Because like I feel like a lot of men feel like they're attacked, like especially with the whole having to watch other gay people succeed, whether it be on television. And like I like I'm just saying, like they're having a hard time coping. I've noticed a lot of manly men, because the world is changing around them and they're not able to change with it. So I don't know if it's a very like if it's like a scoped lens. I don't know if it's gonna die off and that shit's just gonna be something of old. But I don't think I think a lot of it is instinctual sometimes as well.
do you think when you said manly men, are you saying homophobic men that are like? So I'm trying to understand like the
they
connection of they're
resent,
upset
like,
that
they
gay
could-
people are succeeding.
Yeah,
Like-
that's I didn't know that there was a straight link between those two.
look at Lil Boosie. Look at the way that they talk about gay people. Just having to watch gay people on TV upsets them.
Mhm.
And it's like they think that it's gonna be contagious for other people and it's gonna turn them gay and stuff like that.
And I've heard other people say there's like a gay agenda or something
Oh,
like that.
that's
Like, and not even like successful people. I've heard lame, just regular ass people talking about they putting all the gay people on the TV to turn the kids gay and shit. Like I
don't
hear
think
like
that,
people.
that's not their intent. I think what they're doing is they're making it,
Who's
they're
into it?
normalizing it. The people who are saying, "Oh, it's an agenda," they're saying it wrong. It's not an agenda to make other people be gay or turn them gay. It's to normalize it so people that are hateful and homophobic can be like, "Yo, this is nothing bad. They are in love." Whether same sex or not, they're in love. Like, don't look at it as a disgusting form of acts. And I think maybe that's why it's on TV a lot more, or it's coming out a lot more. Because maybe in that aspect, and I could be wrong, right? It's not. I'm not trying to say it's an agenda to change people, just thinking, to like force people to like it. It's just saying like, yo, this is a normal. Don't look at it in a disgusting form. People can be happy loving the same sex or non-binary, whatever. You know what I mean?
And you're saying that for the homophobic people, they're like, that's the agenda.
Yeah, they're
yes.
saying that's the agenda, and I don't
I've
think that's
heard
what
it.
it is.
Yeah, I've heard it from a lot of people. We're diverting away. I'm sorry that I hit this segue.
No, but it
like
goes with men's ego because some men ego they
it's
look
very
at it and
very toxic part of
Well,
men's ego.
well,
It
yeah,
is.
'cause-
Interestingly enough, I don't hear a lot of women levy those complaints. Like I don't hear a lot of women complaining about the gay agenda. Like
I had to correct one of my friends
Well,
recently.
yeah,
my
I
female
don't hear that
friends.
often. I feel like a lot of that comes from like some men's like insecurity or just toxicity in general, that they're just like, you know, they I don't know, they just can't imagine how somebody else could be different or something. It's strange.
I think a lot of guys are very insecure. I think that's where all this like this men's ego stuff comes from. I think a lot of guys are very insecure. I think that's what it's all rooted in. There's just insecurity. That's why they care about how many partners their sexual partner has had, and that's why they ask like, "Oh, well, have you ever orgasmed this way with another partner before?" It's why they want to be first. It's like they want to have those milestones. They want to take someone's virginity. They want to be the first person they go down on. They like it's all insecurity.
it
Like,
might be a
it's just-
memory thing too, though. Because I mean, think about it. Do you remember the first time you got head or oral sex given to you? Do you remember that time? Do you remember the time you lost your
course.
virginity? You would never
course.
forget that person, right? And that goes for the other person. Maybe when you find and it's hard nowadays to find somebody you like and that's never had sex, because that's not a normal now. Because back in the days, you couldn't have sex until you were married. So you experience all these first things with this is what it used to be.
I'm saying now we're fucking in our 30s. It's gonna be hard to find people who haven't had sex around our age. Like
I'm saying, yeah, it's
weird.
different. It's
Bro,
different.
it's like embedded in like male culture that you get the baddest bitch and then like you cover her with a blanket and bring her back there like escondala. Like, no, why you posting on your Instagram? Why you doing this? Like you just like cover her with a blanket and then like put her in the back and be like, now you're mine.
I love the switch here and this one up podcast. I love it. Beautiful
What?
switch. You what you're doing, you're making the bottom people hate the top people, right? Because I used to say the B word, and now that I say I'm not saying it, you took over the B word, and now the bottoms are looking at us like peasants. And
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
it's okay to say bitch. There's nothing wrong with saying the word. It's just
some
let's
people
just like not just blanket refer to women as bitches. That's
some
all.
people would say that we're smarmy down here on the bottom, and those people
I've
are
heard
idiots.
people call us smarmy. Some of them.
Smarmy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But going back on the topic with men's ego, yeah, there is a little. Every guy has, even gay guys will have a little bit of ego. Gay, straight, whatever. Everybody has some type of ego. Some egos are just higher than others, right? Like, I know a friend of mine's who, if he's with a chick that has a high sex count, well, he's not really a friend.
Kind of get a high sex count. This shit is such a strange.
Like if this is what he
understand.
This is what that person said. That's all I'm saying.
This is a real thing,
It's like
Pucho.
someone who's had sex with a lot of people.
Yes.
You're calling it a fucking sex count. That shit is a strange.
A body
Like,
count.
I get what you're
whatever, like,
describing. It's just such a weird phrase.
that's what the person said. So they're like, yeah, I wouldn't marry them. I'm like, but you had a high number, like you fucked a lot of people. So like, a lot of chicks? Like, what's the difference? Oh, nah, but it's different because I'm a man.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, that's so ass backwards. Like, so you're saying you're higher up than the females. The females, if that female's been fucking more than you, like the same amount as you, then she's waste material. Like you can't.
Her value goes down.
Yeah, that
as a
shit's
woman.
fucking crazy.
Yes, that's the way a lot of people think.
But they could just be happy having sex too.
But no, but like it's not just like in theory. Like no woman wants a man that's not wanted by other women. Like that shit will naturally get you pussy. Like it's just instinctually. No woman wants a man who cannot get women.
I want to disagree, but there's a little agreement in there with me because once I got married and I had a ring on my finger.
Yes, you are a prized possession. You are taken, and women want things that are already like
that. Some females are more drawn to that, and it's more of the older females, right? And I'm only saying females because I am straight man, and you know other guys don't hit on me because I think they know that I'm not gay or whatever. I'm just trying to be equal here. But I noticed that some females come up to me and be like, "Oh, hey," they notice the ring, and they give a fuck about the ring, and they just start flirting with you, and you're just like, this right here is why you really came over here and talked to me, not because like it's just. I feel like what Doughboy is saying is some truth to it, but I
There
don't
are
agree.
women that specifically go for married men.
There's men that specifically go for married women too.
Yes.
I don't think this
It goes
is
both ways.
Yeah, I don't think this is a straight up gender like.
I think anything can go both ways, but I think there are instinctual aspects of why we go for a certain looking and why women go for a certain looking men instinctually.
I mean, there are agreed. There's like agreed upon like aesthetics that people like. I don't think it has anything to do with whether you have a high sex count or not. There can be attractive people that are virgins like that. That is a thing. There's attractive people that have had one partner in their life. I don't think that you can look at someone and determine how many sexual partners or sexual encounters that person has had. So
they'll ask me like, yo, how many people you fucked in your life or whatever, and then be like,
is that a conversation you have a lot? I don't have that conversation.
Not me. I'm saying people do ask people who have high egos ask questions like that.
I probably have the most dating experience of anyone here, and that is not a question that I get asked very often. It's not a question that I ask anyone because I could not give less of a fuck how many sexual partners someone has had. All I care about
is goes on vacation. He's on a dating app.
I think part of it is the fact that we're older. I've asked the question when I was fucking like 12 and 13 or 14 years old. Like I feel like I don't know why, but at least when I was younger in those ages, that was important in my head. Like that was an important aspect. I realize now that was just straight up ignorance and stupidity. But when I was younger, I'd be like, I remember like if a girl wasn't a virgin, I was like, nah, like I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a stupid fucking like concept, right? But that's like how I was raised, right? Like that was like ingrained in my head. That's culturally how everybody around me behaved. And it's fucking stupid. And I don't know. It just stems from a lot of like, it's funny because Mateo earlier was saying how people are insecure. And then Tony responded, no. I think like right when you have your first sexual partner, if you were there first, they'll never forget you, right? That was like the response that you were saying, right? But that's reinforcing what Mateo was saying about the insecurity, which was they basically want to lay claim to some land, like they were the first person to land on the moon. They dropped their flag there, like they'll forever be known. It's just out of pure insecurity. They get to make that claim. Like I'm the guy, I'm the conqueror, I landed here, or, you know, whatever. The
on some Ray J shit. I hit it first.
What sexual act is the moon? Which one is that one? Is that?
I think it's penetration.
Either that or the pull out and bust all over. It's like,
well, I don't think it has anything to do with claiming the land. You're just preventing childbirth.
The pull-out method, we've had this conversation, Tony. The pull-out method is not an effective method of birth control.
My brother said he was the pull-out master. He has 2 kids.
That's good. I don't know. But yeah,
when my buddy Corey, friend of the pod, past host of the pod, when him and his wife got pregnant, we used to tell him that his pull-out game was weak.
That's fucking stupid.
But yeah, I think like for the male ego stuff, like I don't know, I just want to second Mateo's point. Like I think a lot of it is just insecurities. Like people don't know where they stand in the world, and they find all this meaningless shit to use to measure themselves against other people. So how many virginities you've taken, or maybe the quality of partner, the quality of woman that you're with, right? We're talking real male ego.
Whether you drink Soylence or not.
Right. You got to be a meathead, right? You got to eat beef. You can't be a vegan. Apparently, that's part of
What,
what's
Tony?
being masculine now. Like all of those things are just arbitrary things that are used to measure yourself against other men, right? And I think it just all stems from insecurity. Like basically, people want to say they have a leg up or something on another person that
The
makes
one
them
up.
superior.
They want
Yeah,
to
they
have the
want to
one
one
up.
up other men. Like I don't know. I'm glad that like I feel like I had a lot of insecure like beliefs and shit like that throughout my life, and now I think I have a lot less. I think I don't like when I was younger. I used to like walk into the room like a rooster, and I'd have to like find like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm the alpha male, and I'm like I don't really feel that no more. Like I don't know. I think I'm happier for it to combine the previous topic with this one. I think all the male ego shit it serves to create a lot of unnecessary static with other people and I don't think it's worth it.
It's all rooted in comparison. I mean that's all it comes down to is every male ego thing is just comparing yourself to others, and you don't have to do that. Just be good enough for yourself.
It's like competition in some ways too, though. It's like it's all, and men are always in competition. Even females too.
But-
Like both sexes are always in competition with each other in some way, shape, or form. Right? Like if your friends get married or got proposed, now your significant other's looking at you like, when are you proposing? Like there's a hidden pressure there, right? And I don't know if it's egoish ways, but it's a borderline. You know what I mean? Like everybody, like even when I meet up with Pucho and all of us, when we start drinking, Pucho hit you with the "take a shot, bitch. I got 7 shots on you" or some shit. And he's not being egotistic. He just wants you to be drunk with him. You know what I mean? He wants you to be as happy and fruitful in every shot.
That's alcoholism.
I think that there's probably a little bit of ego there. It's like when you if someone told you oh, I only shoot this flavored vodka or something, you'd be like, why you don't do JMO? What are you?
Why don't you have a man's drink?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
That's why I said I had a lot of insecure thoughts and I have a lot less now.
No, you say
Still
that.
have, I'm being real. You know,
that's real.
I still have my I still get jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like jealousy is just a sign of insecurity. You know, like if you were truly not an insecure person, you wouldn't be jealous about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Facts.
you just be happy with what you got and not be worried. Like right, that jealousy is the worry of like I don't know, like somebody might take what you have or something like that. Like I don't know.
Why is a woman cheating worse than a man cheating in people's eyes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
illegal.
I also cheated and I've been cheating on. Getting cheated on sucks a lot more than cheating on somebody.
You know what it is too, though. There is a thing where they're saying
Of
that.
course.
Because you're the one doing the cheating. You're the one getting
hurts.
laid and betraying the
Imagine listening to
trust.
Doughboy robbing a bank. Robbing someone's house is not as bad as getting robbed. Okay, getting punched in the face is way worse than punching someone else in the face.
Man, I would rather kill someone than be killed by someone.
Yeah, getting cheated on, I'd imagine, sucks worse than cheating.
It hurts for years and years.
That's going to be that extreme close up.
But
Yeah.
I lost my.
And I think when that happens, like, I think naturally. I mean, I don't even like saying that word naturally. It implies that maybe because it could be like how we culturally are now. But I feel like the way we are now, when stuff like that happens, we tend to think, why did that happen? Why am I not enough? Or like if I was different, like it adds all these additional insecurities to yourself.
Yep.
Then the reality is the other person was just selfish. They did what they did. They wanted their cake and they wanted to have something else too. Like, and at the end of the day, like that, like their decisions, their actions doesn't have a lot to do with your behavior or whatever.
Yeah.
It is one of the most cowardly acts you can do. 100%. It's you putting off a conversation that you need to have with your partner.
Yeah.
Being scared to have that conversation. We are sidetracked though. Because
Yeah,
I am curious, like what other toxic masculinity things we want to talk about.
Like,
Well, I mean,
I
that
have
was-
one.
I think-
Well, just
I thought that was an interesting one where it's like, how come we view like a man who cheats is not like a big deal? It's
Facts.
like pretty whatever. Like it's in some communities, the shit is just accepted. The shit is like, men are gonna cheat like that. Like, and if a woman cheats, it's like beat her ass through the whole village. Like that's like the view is like kick her out. She's a piece of shit. She like there's a very different dynamic and who could commit certain wrongdoings.
I got another one for you. Could you be with a girl that your homeboy used to fuck?
Yes, I think we've been through this, but
I think we have gone through this. I think
it depends on the relationship you have with them, but yeah, I think it's possible. Love is very weird. It's hard to, you don't get to pick who you're attracted to. You just see the person you're attracted to and you're attracted to them.
No, that's
It's not
fine. I
like-
get that, but I don't think I could date your ex. And I'm not
Right.
even
Well, I
talking about
guess-
like
what would be your reasoning for not being able to do that? I'm curious.
because you fucked
just
her.
to be
I don't want to
clear-
be fucking somebody you fuck.
exactly okay.
And that's
That's what I
ego.
wanted
That's
to
the
hear.
ego side of my side. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
I'm saying, like if you guys, one of y'all dated my wife, I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that because it's like, yeah, you like now we're all chilling together. It's like, yeah, I know. Like, and that's egotistic, right? Like, I know she sucked your dick. Like, I know you hit that. I know you did that. Like, now I'm just there. And if one night we're having an argument and you be like, how you like the taste of my dick? I'm gonna be fucking tight. And that's the little egotistic part of me that like I can't do that because I don't want none of that. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's interesting that you keep that in mind as a possible thing that someone you consider a
It's an
friend would
attack.
do to you.
it's an attack. Like, people say things when they're upset, and that's an upset thing that I can see someone saying. Just
I
saying.
wouldn't dream of telling that to someone that I call a buddy, a friend.
I would tell Tony how he likes the taste of my dick. Like,
Just-
it should be
and-
funny. It'll become a drama. Fuck it. Yeah.
This nigga loves problems, yo.
Damn.
No. For many years now, I've tried really hard not to just outright be disrespectful to people. Okay.
And sometimes it's
Change
fun,
man.
Butch would be like, hey, you want some tips? I'll give you some tips.
That's better. I'd be like, yo,
She likes
trying to get
this.
too personal, man. But back when, there. Let me stop.
That's weird. It's a weird
We're making a
conversation.
joke about something that ain't even real.
Yeah, but
I don't know. That's strange to me.
like I couldn't do
Like,
it.
I think it's more normal than obviously. I think most people would have an issue with this. I think Mateo's the weirdo here, and myself included. I don't know. I wouldn't bother me too much. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. Like, because all this really stems from is if your wife was with another person or not. Like it's rooted in the same
But you know the
feelings.
person, so it's different. That's what I'm trying to say, Pooch. Like,
No, I understand. I'm saying it's rooted in the same feelings of like in a perfect world, right? Your wife wouldn't have been with anybody, so then no one could ever tell you, like, how did it taste?
yeah,
right?
but that's rando shits though. That's the difference there. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, that's rando shit. Like, if me and Lisa were together at one point in our life, and then we're all still chilling, and then I come over there and make a joke with her, and you're not in the same room, but you can see us, and I make a little joke and we're laughing. You don't think in the back of your head like, but like, what are they saying? Like that's insecurity, right? But you're not gonna think like they're laughing a little too hard, or he bumped her in a way, and that's like you're not gonna think like, the fuck is that's something they used to do when they were together? Like, you're gonna think that as anybody, even a female, like they're gonna think that too, and it might be worse with the females, to be honest, than the guys. Might be a little worse.
I think it all just comes down to insecurity. I think it comes down to this fear that someone better is going to come along and take your partner.
You know what? I I shook my head yes, but I actually disagree. I learned that this is not a male female thing.
Right.
Just like when I started to be around here, I hung out with a lot of gay people. I see a lot of lesbians. I see a lot of gay men together. All of us, they're just arguing. None of us are happy in our relationships. Everybody's just arguing. Everybody has the same issues no matter what gender you're having sex with or like choosing to be in a relationship with.
I think the problem is that to bring it back to like the toxic masculinity and whatnot. I think the problem is that we give guys a lot of passes on this insecure behavior, and we don't give those same passes to women. I think that we explain it away as like, well, that's just the way guys are. That's just boys being boys, and that's the reason why it's labeled specifically as toxic masculinity, because a lot of these things are rooted in insecurity and they do affect both genders. But because we specifically call it out as just being a guy thing, it gets the pass. But with a woman, it's like, oh, why are all women jealous? And it's not like, oh, well, that's their femininity. It's just, why are all women jealous? But with men, it's like, oh, it's just a guy thing. It's just the way guys are. Like, it's just part of it being a male.
Women without like they have their own issues. They have their own toxic like a woman beating on a man is not viewed, or like even a woman touching a boy or being a pedophilia, woman versus men, is viewed very differently in our society.
I think
hitting a man,
just like a kid in school, just like a kid in school fucking his woman teacher versus it's not as serious as a male doing it to a girl.
I think it's male's fault that it's portrayed that way, though, because guys are like, oh yeah, I wish I was that kid. I would have been laying it down and saying some shit like that. And it's an adult taking advantage of a fucking child.
Facts, no matter which way you look at it, but it's not viewed that way by our society.
It's not viewed that way by our male-centric society.
Right. I would think
not even women, I think, view it that way either. Like, that's what I'm saying. Women are not without their faults. They have toxic like features too. They know that they can hit somebody. They know that they can wow the fuck out and not get in trouble.
I think you're conflating two things here. To go back to the topic on the pedophilia thing, though, I have never met a woman that when there is any kind of like school, like teacher having sex with the student thing, that they have ever said, oh, what a lucky kid, or anything like that. And I have met dudes that have said those words whenever it comes to a teacher touching a child.
No, dude, I've experienced women being super fucking pedophilic and fucking abusive towards children, 5, 6 years old.
No, I understand that happens.
Have you met a woman that when a teacher and a kid have sex, that they're all like, yeah, no, that's a lucky kid.
Oh yeah, no,
right.
Yeah,
that's like only men say that bullshit. Like, because men say that shit. And just to be totally clear, I don't think anybody's making the argument here that women are not toxic or can't be toxic.
Yeah,
we're saying that our culture has been shaped by the dominating powers in our society, and in most cases those are men. And when a man, so just think about the way that we respond to like a pedophiles, right? It's like when it happens to children or women, it's as men, it's the most horrible act, because like it's our job to protect them, right? So like there's that, it's like a hit against your ego that this ever happened and all that. And the other way around, when if a man gets touched by a woman, we need to it's almost like you need to hide that ever occurred, because you don't want it to affect like how you're portrayed. Or even worse is like if a man was to touch a little boy, right? Like if you were the kid in that situation, right? It's like obviously there's a lot of reasons why people that are abused hide things and don't share and all of that. But for men specifically, there's this aspect of like, if I tell people what happened, I would be viewed as weak in society, and I'm a man. I need to be strong. And like, I think, and the fact that these stories don't come out as much, I think is part of the reason why societally we view these things as like not as big of an issue, so to speak. But I don't know. Studies say it happens just as much. to boys as to girls. So
Yep, domestic violence does go both ways.
yeah, and though you're right, there's a lot of women that hit men knowing that societally we've decided that a man is not allowed to hit back. I'm telling you right now, anybody hits me, I'm hitting you back. You got to be like a child or like out of your mind, literally out of your mind for me to like be restraining myself too much. And I'll fight any dude that wants to pull up.
Your
and be
wife
a
slaps
fucking
the shit out of you, you're gonna smack her?
No, it depends. One slap? Nah. Like, all right. Even if
I
you
wish-
hit me one time, Tony, I wouldn't break out into a fight. I would be like, I
That's
would be
good to
pissed.
know, because on that one hit, I'm gonna have to knock you the fuck out.
I'm gonna have to get clearance from Jesus and other parties for the ice cream shop incident with Jesus and the guy.
Mm.
I don't know if I told, but I'm gonna have to get clearance for the story. I don't want to start telling people's stories and
Oh, you just kind of spilled half of the beans there, so that's fine.
no,
Right.
because Jesus like came to her defense and Pucho was like, I would have not touched that bum like with anything on me.
Wait, what? A
This,
bum?
this either needs to be shelved or you need to just tell this story. I think you shelve it though if you don't feel comfortable.
I gotta tell it. I'm not gonna say,
okay. You're saying like a homeless person was like attacking someone and then Jesus went to go help?
yeah, no. All right, I'm gonna try to let's forget about Jesus or anything here. Anyways, Jesus is chilling at an ice cream shop with his friends.
Let's forget about it, but
Let's
mention
forget
his
about
name.
Jesus.
And then a bum comes in. He looks very mentally, and he's like, I don't give a fuck about anyone in here. I don't give a fuck about any of y'all. And then he turns and he looks at Jesus with his group of friends. And then he looks at the girl and he says, who do you think you are, a tennis player? And then she looks at him and she's like, what are you talking about? And he says, well, basically, I'm saying that you're a bitch. And then,
that's beast.
Jesus stood up, and then he walked out the door. And he started walking down the block, and Jesus chased him and hemmed him up on the wall. And the guy was like, "Nah, you don't want to do this, boss. You don't want to do this."
That's a little disrespect. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
It's absolutely disrespectful. But yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I would in that situation. I would have been
wouldn't
like, all right,
touch him,
this
bro.
guy clearly seems like he's out of his mind. He's leaving. Let's just leave it be. Like it ain't worth. I don't have enough ego in that situation to get up and fight the homeless man because, like, I need to. I don't know. I don't know what the reasonings would be, but for me personally, I wouldn't have those feelings. But yeah, circling back, if Tony, in your hypothetical, if my wife were to hit me, right? No, I wouldn't just hit her back. I'm saying if I'm being attacked by somebody, like, yeah, I would defend myself. I'd slam you. I'd kick you. I'd punch you in the face if need be.
I've come close to knocking Lacey out.
My
She's
wife,
abusive. She's fucking abusive.
Yeah, my wife is
I'll be
definitely
sitting there minding my business. I'm like, God damn, it's every time she has wine, my nigga, she becomes aggressive. I'll be telling
it
her,
ain't the
Lacey,
wine.
that's the wine.
It's not the one. So
Or maybe she likes to
Context.
hit me.
context. My wife is one of the strange people on planet Earth.
We love
that
Lacey, by
when
the way.
something is funny, there's a need to hit. So it's like, those real knee slappers become, you got to punch the thigh of the person next to you.
Oh.
It's a horrible thing. I hate that shit. Like, I'm
Lacey
enjoying
too.
my time and now I'm getting punched.
Let
It's
me
like,
get it
that's
straight.
kinda-
I love Lacey. I love her to death or whatever.
she's-
But she's got some bony fucking fingers.
She hits hard.
Them shit's pierce.
That's exactly why I would defend myself if she was attacking me. My phone just vibrated.
she heard
Zeus.
us.
Oh, it's Zeus.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, wow.
He felt it. He sensed it.
No, Lacey's 2 weeks behind, so we're not going to hear this review for another 2 weeks or so.
Oh yeah, facts.
She's gonna wild out when she's like, "You'd hit me. You'd hit me." That's all they take. I'm like, if I'm being attacked, if I'm being assaulted, I'll defend myself.
if he's assaulted. But
It's interesting too. This is how we came into this conversation too. As I said, I will hit a woman if they hit me. Like,
that's
I
why
don't care, man.
I kind of questioned it. I was like, there's a
I'm gonna
limit.
defend myself.
No, yeah,
No,
of course.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Even a kid, shit. A kid can't really hurt you. So it's like they're punching you and shit. It's
Unless
like, all
he's
right,
got a weapon in his hand.
Yeah, exactly. If a
There's
kid got a
levels.
knife and he's trying to attack you, I'm kicking the shit out of that kid.
We've all seen Child's Play.
Yeah, this little thing could kick your ass. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna defend my
you got to
life.
defend you. Yeah, exactly. So I think we covered the bases on the men egos shit, but to kind of piggyback off that, first dates, the do's and the don'ts of you going on a first date with a partner. It doesn't matter, male or female, whatever. And should you pay for the whole thing?
Hell no. I would say, yeah, I wouldn't pay for the whole thing. No, I would make it. I would say this should be the law. Because you need to weed out the people that are all like, oh, the man's gonna make me pay, blah blah blah. Then he ain't a real man and all that bullshit. And yeah, I don't need none of that toxicity in my life. All right, first date, last
Splitting?
date, we splitting. I don't give a damn.
But if you're trying to take her out, right? You ask her out, isn't that inviting? Doesn't that make you in the way of like the other day? Doughboy had a conversation.
Hell no. I invite you. I'd be like, yo, Tony, let's go catch a movie. I ain't paying for your movie ticket.
See, my dad always raised me that if you invite someone out somewhere, you should at least be willing to pay if they're unable to. Which I always thought was interesting. Like he did this with like his buddies, his brothers. Like doesn't matter. That was always his take on things. If you invite someone, you should be willing to pay for them because you don't know their financial situation. You don't know if they're actually able to do this thing, and you're the one inviting them out, so the burden is on you to cover it. I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting take.
Is there a conversation there?
It's not anything that I would do. Like if Tony invited me out to watch a movie or something, I'm not going to leave my wallet at home because I'm just going to assume that Tony has this, so I don't need to bring my wallet.
Yeah, nah, don't
Tony
do that.
got it. It's on Tony.
But no,
I think there might be a conversation there. I think
Yeah, because like I don't disagree. I've invited people out. Like, yo, let's go to a hibachi, right? Not a typical is a little bit more expensive than your typical lunch or dinner. And somebody's like, oh, I don't really got it like that right now. And I'll be like, nah, don't worry, I'll cover you. You know what I'm saying? Like in those situations, I tend to do the same, which is I'll try to, if I invited you out, I would try to cover in that circumstance. But I think it's a conversation. I don't think that like if I'm like, yo, you want to hang out sometime? Maybe go out to get something to eat. And then you're like, yeah. And then we go out to eat, and then I'm roped into fucking purchasing things for you. Like that feels strange to me.
no, that's why it's like I think it's the way you word things, right? Like if I tell a chick, hey, or well, for me because whatever,
Yeah, it's fine.
if I tell a chick like, yo, I want to take you on a date. Do you want to do a dinner and a movie? Right there, I want to take you out on a date is an automatic. This sounds like I'm paying for everything.
Oh, we're talking about dating.
yeah, we swapped.
We're in a new topic. We're saying first dates. What's the do's and the don'ts? And should men pay for everything, Doughboy?
Let's talk about fucking equality in dating. All right, most of this shit is on the men's shoulder. I mean, I've had a few dates where the woman was like, "Nah, we'll go half. Don't worry."
That's a keeper. That's a keeper.
Few. Mostly first dates, dudes are paying. Yeah, you mostly got to pay unless it's like agreed upon before.
I think it's always a conversation. I think that you can solve a lot of these dating problems by just being upfront and being like, we go in Dutch. I'm going to cover you. I tend to pay for first dates because that's, I don't know. I'm financially secure enough that it's not going to hit me. I don't know someone else's financial situation, so I go into the date with that assumption. I'm not inviting you out if I can't cover it.
Yeah, you're not fucking Dave Chappelle and Half Baked.
Now, future dates, like if it's someone that I'm actually seeing, that we're actually dating,
there needs to be a talk.
Then it's like, okay, hey, you can cover this one, I'll cover the next one, or there's usually some kind of conversation about
almost
who's going
naturally
to start covering
usually
things.
In like a relationship. Once something blossoms past like the dating phase, usually it's naturally. Yeah, I've never wanted to be with a woman who always wanted me to pay for everything. That shit's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I don't think that I've dated too many people where I just covered every single date, every single time that we went out or anything.
I think the couple times, like when I first took Emily out, I think I paid for the majority. I think I paid for everything, and because I asked her out, right? And that's me trying to get with her. That's me seeking a goal, I guess, in some weird ego way. So it's so then that's when I think I was like, I'll pay for it. But now like going on a couple dates, she's automatically be like, oh, I'll pay for this, and then you can get that. We can halfway split it, and it's just like there's a balance. But the first date,
I've got a related question because we're talking like dating etiquette, and I'm curious about like married people's like dating etiquette. Do y'all have joint bank accounts? Like, are y'all still able to cover things for each other? Are y'all still able to surprise each other with gifts?
I don't have a joint bank account with my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a joint bank account either.
Is that an old school thing now, having the joint bank account? I feel like it has become kind of an old school thing to have that. Like you have like the one shared account or something that's for bills or something, and then you have your own money otherwise.
I don't understand what's the point of having a joint account with your wife. Like you guys both bring in money, you both have your own jobs. Like if you transfer money, if someone does most of the bill paying, like you'll transfer the money. Like here, here's my half, or you know what I mean. Like, but having a joint account, I think it's pointless.
I mean, it makes it easier. You don't have to transfer anything.
No, you have to go in when you to receive your direct deposit. You have a thing where it'll split. Like you automatically have to put some money to go here. Like $1,000. All right, 500 will go here, and 500 will go here. And you'll have to put that in one time, but yeah, then after that, automatically you'll keep doing it. But still, it's like, what's the point?
That would
then?
be the point. That would be the point. Is that all the money that you're gonna spend as a couple is gonna be in one place. I've spoken to people that have told me like, if you and your partner have like and I guess for this particular person, being a married partner was important. If you guys have separate accounts, then you guys don't even trust each other. So like having the joint account is part of,
I think,
like what it means to be married in this person's eyes. I personally, like I said, I don't have a joint account. I do think that having a joint account would make some things easier.
it's gonna be hard to explain my $99 Brazzers account to my significant other every month.
Is that every month? That's expensive.
A year, my bad. Yearly
$99 a month on
Wait,
Brazzers.
Doughboy, you pay pay for?
No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
I don't find that shit a joke. There's people that pay for that shit. Is free.
You know
Facts.
what though? Actually, Tony, that is problematic. You should pay for your porn. Those people work hard. They're losing money by you going to those free porn sites. You should pay for your porn.
Let me ask you a question, Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you paid to listen to an album that came out? When's the last time you purchased an album to listen to it?
I pay for Spotify, so I paid that money, which would be the equivalent of Doey's hypothetical Brazzers subscription. That's him paying for porn.
A hypothetical Brazzers account. $99.
Only hypothetical, okay?
No, I like it. Pseudo hypothetical.
Mateo
So
countered my
Tony,
attack.
but I pay $17 a month in Spotify.
I was hoping you just said
every album.
That's a whole other conversation though, because people don't see music as they think that it should be free.
I pay for albums too. Like I buy plenty of vinyl. Like if it's an album that I really enjoy, I'll buy it on vinyl. I think there's something cool about having that that physical media.
Yeah. Let's get back to the topic. This man keeps countering my shit. Fuck him.
I don't know the whole joint account thing. I don't know. It may sound strange. I think two people getting together, they're bringing something to the table. They have their money in their account. I have my money in my account. It's really all of our money. If anything is needed, it gets covered any which way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a little easier to let people have their own little personal shit. You know what I'm saying?
What are y'all's dating tips for the married listeners out there? How do you keep your relationship healthy with dating and whatnot? Because you still have to take each other out on dates. Like that is the thing that you do. That's the thing you want to do, right? You don't want to
absolutely. I would say it's very important. is get your kid either a babysitter or take a day off from work and spend the day with your your significant other. Go out and watch a movie, go out and eat dinner. Like these little things, they matter. It keeps people happy. It keeps things fresh. It's not the same thing every single day. Like, I don't know. As for paying, at least me and my wife in particular, we split pretty much everything.
Yeah, I've seen that when I visited, the way that y'all approach like us going out to eat and things like that. Y'all will typically split.
Yep. And it's not for any particular reason. She, more than anything, she feels like she don't need no man to be paying for her shit. So
that's a little bit of ego.
It is a little bit of an ego, but absolutely. Like I said, I don't think all ego is negative.
No, yeah.
It's really like she's fighting against the typical male ego thing, which is the man is supposed to pay because he has to take care of his woman, and she's saying, no man owns me. I pay my own way. Like that's more like her view of things. I personally find that respectable, which is why I say I'm not paying for nobody's shit. That's my rule on a first date. And now I will say paying is definitely the easiest way to move forward with the person that you're interested in. I'm just saying though, if me paying for something on a first date is important to someone, I don't think that's the type of person I want to be with.
Yeah.
But like if I'm just if it's a sexual thing, sure, go ahead and pay. Do what you got to do to make your way.
Prostitution.
I mean, if you want to call it that, I don't think it works like that.
That's what you're saying, though. You're saying like if you want to pay to have sex, pretty much, sure. Go
ahead. In the same way that your job is you being a prostitute because you're giving a part of yourself and your time to a company for a paycheck.
Right. And then of course he's distracted.
No, yeah, but that's a form of prostitution too, probably.
Then everything's prostitution, so then it's not even worth bringing up. But I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there are things that you can do that makes other people happy. Giving them gifts typically makes people happy, unless you're me. I don't really like getting gifts. Giving people money makes people happy. Things like that. So if you purchase someone a meal, that would make them happier than if they had to pay for that meal. That it makes it easier to have sex with them. You could get, it's basically like the ebb and flow of getting to know someone, finding out that you like a person and doing things that they like means, the likelihood of you having sex with that person goes up. And if that's all you want out of it, then do whatever you got to do. Me personally, I ain't paying for nobody's shit on a first date on principle. That's my take. And I agree with Mateo. If a person can't afford it, I'd be happy to cover it. Like, especially if I asked you out. That's beside the point. I would just love the flip, which I don't think would ever happen. It's like if a woman were like, if say you're going on a second date and the woman was like, hey, do you want to go get dinner, catch a movie or something? And so now the woman's taking you out, right? But I don't think the expectations are the same that they would cover the bill. I don't think that's the case.
I've had that experience. I've never run into that as on a first date, but a couple of jobs ago when I wasn't making that great of money, I definitely had women that I was seeing and I was like, I can't cover this movie anymore. I had this unexpected bill come up. I'm driving this piece of shit Civic, and I just had to put another $500 into it, and that is all my money. I'm flat broke. And they're like, "Nah, I'll cover you. I got you."
Right, and I think that's good. That's a conversation. Like, there's a dialogue that occurs there that we all know the expectations going into this. I think that's fine. I'm just saying, I would not bank on like, hey, you asked me out. I don't got no money, but you asked me here, so I figured you're paying.
Now, would that work on a first date? I have no idea. It depends on how it depends on how good the conversation is going up to that point. If someone's willing to take that chance on you.
Yeah, for sure.
What are your first date moves, though? What do you do on a date to make sure that you're gonna properly?
Yeah, what's your do's and don'ts?
What's your move? What's your big move when it comes to wooing someone? Oh yeah, though he's got the pretty eyes.
He does have those pretty eyes.
Can't sleep on them pretty eyes, them green eyes.
So gotta work that.
He puts on glasses that make his eyes even bigger.
You gotta wow him with the eyes first. You know what I mean? Hit him with the razzle dazzle. I'm paying on the first date. I pretty much have solid. I'm just gonna pay for it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want any issues or no faces or any of that. So
I'd love
I just
that shit.
I pay on the first date. I think a good indicator of if you found someone you want to have a time with. I mean, sex on the first date is cool, but sex on the third date is cool too. It just is a lead up to that. You know what I mean? I think the best indicator of if you found the one is if after sex or like the next morning you want to go out and have breakfast with that person. It's usually a good indicator that you're like, all right, might work out. I want to continue seeing this person, shit like that. I have had dates, some nightmare dates though. Yeah, dude, I went on a date with a girl, and she was the type of person that complained a lot when she went to restaurants. And we went a few times, and she made things very fucking awkward. She complained about how long things took. She complained about every aspect of you know what I mean? And that shit almost sucked me out of the date completely, to the point where when I felt bad. These people know me. They're like, all right, you're taking another woman on a date here. Like, they know me. Like, I tip good. And then they like, so they know. They're like, oh, she's a bitch. Like, I'm sorry, I said it again.
No, I think it's okay.
Yeah, that one I don't think is the same as like.
Yeah, it's bad. It was bad. I did not enjoy those dates. I enjoyed being around her, but when we went to eat, I was like, I want to take it to go.
I find that interesting, actually, Doe. So I've got like some personal protection stuff that I do on first dates. I don't take someone to I don't take someone to my dive bar. I don't take someone to my favorite restaurants on a first date. If this date goes poorly, if we're not clicking, if it goes really poorly and they hate me, or they just like, if there's some kind of like mental instability or something, I don't want this person that I don't know that well knowing this is his bar. This is where he's going to be. I can show up on a random Friday and find this man. I think women do a lot of that same thing. Women are not going to take you to their favorite restaurant on a first date. They're not going to take you to their bar that they go to with their homegirls. I think it's good to like have a little bit of a buffer space there. Choose neutral ground.
For sure.
Go to Switzerland.
I also think, choose Switzerland. I also think not only from a safety perspective, but just from a trying to get to know a person. It's like you really want Tony to pull up at the bar and then him try to like have conversation while you're trying to get to know someone. Now he's all like, "Oh, let's take shots, bitch!" And it's like, dude, you don't see me here. Like, I don't know. I would prefer
on a
more.
I like how you use me.
It's because you would do something like that. Yo, Tony, they're on a date. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna go over there and say what's up.
Nah, I'm gonna go and be like, hey, what up? I'll bought y'all motherfuckers some shots. Here y'all go, I'm out. Bok, bok. And then now your homegirl's like, oh, he's funny. We should go all chill together. And then now you're looking at me like if I'm some douchebag. That's okay, my bad, my nigga.
What if my plans wasn't to chill with you that night, though?
That's fine. I'm just saying what up, and here's some shots and have fun. Bok, bok, and I leave.
Bok, bok.
Bok, bok. This sounds like there's a complication. I would rather just go to a place where I'm not part of the normal scene here where people don't really know me and play it safe. You have a more private, more intimate, get to know a person situation.
Switzerland.
Now I've got some general guidelines that I follow.
What's this Switzerland thing that you guys keep saying? Did I miss something?
Switzerland's neutral. They've always been neutral.
Yeah. It's like the same. It's like a safe spot where you go where it's both equal grounds for everybody. It's just Switzerland. It's a thing that's always been said.
So I've got some dating things. I hate doing movies on first dates.
Yeah, I want
those
to
are bad.
on first
I
dates.
want to talk to the person. I want to get to know them. You can't do that during a movie.
I made the movie mistake. I've been sitting next to the girl, like we can't really talk. Yeah, it's terrible.
Or the movie's good and you have like a real talky person and they just keep interrupting the talk, and that shit kills me. I just want to watch the movie.
Yeah,
The
I
movie
wouldn't do
date is for after you're comfortable enough with the person to sit in
Yes.
silence next to the person.
Yeah, don't do. That's definitely don't do. Take them to a movie on the first date.
You better treat your servers well if we're hanging out.
Yes.
Don't snap at the server.
Yes.
Don't do any of that rude stuff to the server.
Bro, that shit was very embarrassing. I was like, oh no. I was like, no, this is not cool. And
You didn't say nothing?
I tried to tell her, like, dude, you like just give him a break, like relax. She just was very high strung when it came to restaurants.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I definitely think though, like the do's and the don'ts, like maybe like chivalry. Like the first time I took Emily out on a date, and she never forgets it. She brought it up a couple times throughout our relationship. Is that I opened the door for her, and then entering my car or going into a building or pulling the seat out for her to sit down. Like those are little things that are like key things to do going on a date to impress the other partner or someone you're trying to get to do. And I know Push's probably gonna be the one to be like, nah, I don't do none of that shit. But chivalry is fucking a great thing to do. You know what I mean?
I hold a door open for people if I'm the first person that gets to the door. I think that's the polite thing to do. Whether it's Tony behind me, whether it's a girl that I'm trying to see behind me, doesn't matter. If I'm the first one to the door, I'm holding the door open. I'm not going and opening up the car door for you. We got technology now. I can boop that car door is unlocked.
It's nice. Like that's what I did. You know what I mean? Like I opened the car door, let her get in, and I shut the door and I go around and go in my car. It's just I don't know. It's just like nice things to do. People remember nice things.
Now she's sitting in this hot ass Florida car, melting to death while you walk around to turn.
It was at night. It was at night. So
maybe that's the reason I don't do it, because that car, you got to open up the door and let it air out a little bit. You need to get the AC running before anyone gets into that car.
No, but
it's 150 degrees in the car in the Texas heat.
You could die.
You can cook a sandwich in there, man.
What else? What are the other chivalrous things you do, Tony?
Like if you're walking down the street, you don't put her next to the cars. You put her more on the safer side of the sidewalk and stuff like that. These are like little things that you just naturally do. Like I do.
I don't know any of that shit. You're saying you naturally do it. That's such a strange.
It's like to me, it's like natural. It kind of is if you do it doing without.
You learn to do this, right?
Yeah, so it becomes natural to you. It becomes secondhand to you. Like you start walking down the street and it's your girlfriend or whoever, your significant other on the side of you, whatever, you get more on the dangerous side. And maybe that's ego too. Like I'll protect you type shit. But
what makes the street side the dangerous side? Wouldn't the alleyways that you're passing be more dangerous than the street?
So for me, I learned that in New York, but I learned it in a different way where they said that if that's your girl, she has to walk on the inside and you walk on the outside. That was the only rule. That if she was your girl, you'd make her walk on the inside.
Is this like some elementary school, high school?
I never heard of that.
It's like some young, hood stuff.
I don't know. I've never heard of that. But
I learned that here in New York. I never learned that in Florida. I learned
if I want people to know that's my girl, I'm holding her hands.
I don't like holding hands. That shit gets hot.
I'll hold hands on occasion, but I'm not the biggest PDA person. Like it's not typically my thing.
Yep, I'm with Mateo.
I like grabbing my girl's ass while we're walking.
I like the PDA.
PDA is fire.
PDA.
Facts.
I like that shit.
I'm not gonna tongue her down in front of the people either.
I am.
Is PDA rooted in insecurity?
I am.
I think PDA stems from you need to show everybody that this is yours. You're laying claim with everybody. Of course, it's rooted in insecurity. You've seen it. You see a girl. You chat her up a little bit. Dude comes up, arm around the shoulder. You're like, oh, I guess she's taken, huh? Like you know what I mean? That dude scoped you out. He was like, well, this motherfucker better walk away. He be, all right, fuck, I gotta do something. He's fucking gearing up, and he goes over there. Maybe he tongues her down, kisses her, holds her hand. Hey, babe, what do you want to eat? Some bullshit. It's like that's pure insecurity.
That's what I was gonna say. That man is gonna use the word babe 5 times in one sentence.
like,
Hey, babe, who are you talking to over here, babe?
No,
Is this
you remember-
someone you know, babe?
Tony,
That was
they're gonna
how
call him babe more than
Tony-
Tony calls waiters and waitresses by their names.
Yo, that was awkward. Scott, the food's great, Scott.
He's
I
like, you
can't believe
and his name though.
His name was not Scott. His name was Chase.
His name
Joey.
was Chase.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey Chase, thanks for the drink, Chase. Oh, thanks a lot, Chase. The food's great, Chase. See you later, Chase." And he's like, "Dude, the waiter just passed by. What are you doing?" It's like he's fucking melting down.
It was never that many chases involved.
I think
Yes,
it was,
bro, it
Hey,
was.
I needed something. Hey, Chase, I need this. Thank you, Chase. And then move on. That's it. These guys are growing
did-
out of.
You would like.
How did
you
we
would
not
say,
take a video of this?
I swear to God, he said, "Hey Chase, can I get a glass of water, Chase? Thank you, Chase." Like that was the request. There was
That was
3
not-
chases.
there
I
was-
remember wanting to
And-
throw
and
up.
the-
I was like, I
there
can't
was
believe
one-
that I'm.
And I'm
He
gonna-
said that he enjoyed the meal, so he had to tell him he loved the meal, Chase. But thank you, Chase. So it was like 4 times.
I think
It
I was going
crazy.
extra hard too because it was bothering the fuck out of these guys. So it was also kind of funny. Like I found it. I find things funny like that, and I'll just continue to do it until it starts to get dry, and then I'll just stop. But it wasn't getting dry. That shit was still active. I see people's faces; they were just shocked by this chase talk.
That shit, it was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. It was
No, the best one was Everett doesn't mind when I call him Everett, right? Everett. Everett's like, I fucking hate that shit.
He's like, you say my name too fucking much. Dude. Stop saying my fucking name. Yeah, that's fucking dude. But yeah, you best believe that dude is gonna come by. He's gonna say, "Hey babe, you want some food, babe? Let's go, babe. Thank you, babe." He's gonna drop babe like 75,000 times. Like, yeah, 100%. I think PDA is rooted in insecurity. I think there's some aspect of it is like, like, you have that feeling of wanting to kiss or show some affection, like regardless of where you are. Like, that's cool. I think most PDA, when you see 2 people kissing, holding hands, all that type of shit, I think most of it stems from a claim of yeah, you're just laying claim to some piece of property. And it goes both ways. I see women do it and men do it.
You think it's something instinctual?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't think
Because I can't help
makes
it. I can't help it.
You can't help like wanting to make it
Yeah,
clear
when I don't know, it's that puppy love stage. I love that shit.
Well, yeah, I'm with Mateo. I don't like all the PDA shit.
I like some PDA, like grabbing the ass, squeezing her, kissing her. They like
Yeah.
females love that shit. My
I
wife
like
loves
grabbing
that
it,
shit.
squeezing it.
Grab that shit, dog. But nah, fucking.
I'll toss in some sneaky grabs and things like that, but I'm not
Yeah.
just like full on like groping in public.
Don't
Just my
want
hands.
full.
I'm not doing the hand in the back pocket as we walk down the street or
I
anything.
want her to grow me.
Nobody wants to get girl. This shit just twisted. That's ridiculous.
When Dory gets married, he wants a girl that's going to pick him up and carry him over the threshold.
That's funny.
Fighting gender stereotypes, though. Good,
There's a
good shit.
browser. There's a browser.
This man has a $99 annual.
I'm a man getting gross.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yo, she's mad buff, and it's this little small kid, like small. He looks like he races horses. The jockeys that be on top of it, it's like tiny. She just picks him up.
Oh,
It's just
come
crazy.
on. All right.
All right,
Um,
this guy though.
But yeah, fighting gender stereotypes. Lisi is the big spoon. I'm the little spoon when we go to bed. She spoons me. I'm my big ass. I'm the little spoon. Oh.
Yo, you know what's funny, Pooch? I know you're a little spoon. I just because in Texas, when I mounted, I put my leg over you. Yeah, I can't never, bro. Even when I die, yo, y'all gonna remember that shit. Pooch is gonna sit there and be like, yo, this guy put his meat and hand fucking leg over me in Texas. It got so spooked. I've never seen anybody wake up so quick in my life. Like
I was not too concerned. It was or insecure that blah blah blah.
Yeah,
It was purely like we had too much to drink. This guy's not in his right mind. He's about to put his rock hard cock on my back, thinking this is what. No, let's not go there. Okay, I want no cocks on my back. I'm not interested. I'm not judging it. If you like hard cocks in your back, by all means, I don't like it. Okay? I don't want it. I've never had it. I don't plan on having it. And yeah, Tony tried to take me by force. Okay, how about that? Let's talk about how there was no consent and how you threw that leg on top of me. Okay?
I heard it from the next room. All I
Yo, it was full disclosure. And we were just like vacationing and we just all like shared rooms. Doughboy was supposed to share a room with Jesus, but he never came. But me and Pucho still shared rooms because Doughboy's on this I want to be by myself shit. And I just like having like a pillow between my leg or something. I don't know. It's just like a comfort thing. And I just turned over drunk and just put my leg on it. Pucho did like a fucking flinch back. Like, yo, what the fuck, now? What are you doing? Bro, I was, my bad. I just turned around and went to sleep. It was funny though. It's just some things I just can't forget. And
the problem is, as soon as that leg locked into place, the cock was gonna follow right behind. That's how it works. You throw the leg over and then you turn the hips and then bam.
Pucho woke up from a dead asleep.
Damn, Pucho knows about one of your moves firsthand, Tony.
Yo,
I felt it. I experienced. I didn't have. Tony didn't put his dick on my back, but it was close.
it was close.
You never spoon somebody? I don't get it. It's a hard. How is this comfortable? It's just hard. It's there. It ain't going down till I wake up in the morning. Okay.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
That shit is strange. Having a boner all night. This shit can't be healthy.
I don't have a boner all night. That's weird.
Dude, as soon as I go to sleep, as I'm dozing off, there's a direct inverse correlation between how awake I am and the level of just natural boner. That shit goes whoop and I knock out and I wake up.
That is interesting.
This is the first.
I wake up with a hard dick every morning. We should put a disclaimer a couple seconds ago for any of the people.
I wake up morning wood.
Well, yeah, but you go to sleep and you're instantly getting
erection. Shit is weird.
No, sometimes I do have to rub one out before I go to sleep, though. I definitely have to like
full disclosures.
And then I just.
You know what would probably help with that would be a hypothetical $99 Brazzers.
It helps all the time. Hypothetically.
Allegedly.
These guys are ridiculous. But anybody else got any more do's and don'ts on dating or what you should do?
I say take someone out to do something.
Yeah.
Sitting down and eat dinner, that's pretty good. I think that's like baseline level date. Watching a movie, whack. You're just sitting. I fucking hate bowling and I hate mini golf, but those are good activities.
Better.
Like, mini golf might be a little too tough. Bowling might even be a little bit tough. You just want to do something. There's a little competition. There's a little bit of back and forth. There's conversation.
Mini golf is a lit ass date. There's this place here in Austin, BYOB mini golf place. You come in with a bottle of wine, go around with some solo cups full of wine, play some mini golf. That's a good first date.
That one place that you took me to, that their toilet was broken, so I took a shit in their non-flushable toilet.
Oh yeah, that place is pretty cool.
Is a good place to take.
Wait a minute.
Dowie has butthole problems. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of Dowie's life revolves around how his butthole reacts to things.
This is part of the canon of the One Up podcast. Is
this man, didn't he? We had a couple episodes ago where he disagreed with taking a shit in a toilet that didn't work.
That was the place where I did it a few days before we had that conversation.
That is so beast.
That's why I said I would shit in the toilet, and everybody else behind me would have to piss on top of my shit or shit on top of my shit.
You're an asshole for real. That's disgusting. But yeah, there's a bunch of do's and don'ts. Don't go in the movie theater on your first date. I don't even think. Maybe do you think going to a club or a bar that has like dancing availability?
Bar is awesome. Let's get drunk.
I think it depends on the bar. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to talk to this person, don't go to a club. You're not going to be able to talk to the person in the club. You're going to be yelling in each other's ear the entire night.
Unless y'all both kind of want to dance, right?
Unless you both just want to dance, and that's a conversation you have beforehand. You're like, hey, you want to go out dancing? You're like, I would actually kind of like to get to know you. Then you don't go dancing. Or they're like, yeah, that sounds fire. Then you go dancing.
I think
Spanish
a bar would be
women love
fun,
dancing.
like in the comparableness to like going out to dinner or something like that. Then the bar adds a little complication. It's like, you're gonna be going out drinking with somebody you don't really know. I don't know. This shit's gonna
That'd be
invite
a good
itself
second date.
It'd be a good date down the line, second, third, fourth date, something like that, right? But I don't know, man. The whole like you get drunk with this person, you don't really know, you don't know how quick they get drunk. You never had any, all that kind of aspects to it. Like you're hyped, and I don't know. You want to get to know a person in their best state of mind. Before,
sure.
because you might have a couple drinks too much, go and have sex, and people, might not been in the right state of mind to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I feel like you want to avoid those types of thoughts if you're really trying to get to know a person, right? If you're trying to just do whatever, have sex, and that's fine too. Like everything about trying to be in a relationship, then do whatever the fuck, as long as everybody's okay with like what they're going into. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's a good first date for someone you're trying to get to know. But
yeah, I talk. It's what I do best. It's what I do worst. I'd like a date where I can talk to the person.
I wish I wish I could hire Mateo as a professional. Setting up the date, getting that he just is the master.
We'll just put a microphone, a little like an earpiece in. I'll just feed you lines.
No, I need to get past the fucking Tinder stage.
I'm going to tell you though, the free subscription to my dating assistance plan, it does have ads every 5 minutes. So you're going to have to tell her, hey, there's this podcast you should listen to. It's the One Up Podcast. You can find them now on youtube.com.
So I could definitely help you out with this. I'm the man who can break barriers with randoms. I can help.
Yes. If I had you, I could spearhead anything.
He's gonna make you bok.
Yeah, no, you're a great wingman, and so is Mateo, and so is Pucho.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I like that one with the Pucho, because I think you just threw him in there because you added me and Mateo first, genuinely, and then you're like, oh, let me not leave Pucho out. So then you added Pucho. I didn't feel that good energy.
Pucho is a people person. We were having a good time at Down the Hatch.
Yeah.
Until Tony ruined it.
Me.
So let's wrap this one up, Tom.
Facts.
We're going a little long today.
Too long. But
no.
Thank you to all the listeners and the viewers out there for the love and support. Please hit the follow and like button and subscribe to our YouTube page if this is your first time listening, first time watching. We'll greatly appreciate it. And like always, people, go one up yourself. Peace.
That's a 2-up.